G'day, g'day, g'day. It's your boy Danny D, aka Alaktrician Man, in the house for another Alak-Azul Show. And joining me today is the amazing B, Big Beauty, Motivation Money. And
Hey.
it's just us today. I think there's other people jumping on. People said that they would be jumping on. So, Big Wig, if you're out there, I don't know where you are, buddy, but you said you'd be jumping on, and that's why I kind of made this topic today specifically for you, and you're nowhere to be seen at this point in time. Let's go to the chats for now. My boy Zach, yay, let's go. And where are you as well? You messaged that earlier. Where are you? I sent you a link. LCM, always great to see you. Time to rock and roll. Yes, do it. Crypto Fergie, I saw you over on the other stream earlier on Crypto Unlimited 22. Big shout out to them as well. Johnny Fawcett and DeFi Diva. Crypto Fergie, great to see you there, brother. Westside Ian. Another one, Crypto Collective. Great to see you here. Shout out to the Crypto Collective. Crypto Fergie again. Irene. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yes. Is there anyone new in here? Obviously, B, Motivation Money. Thank you for joining me. I never expected you'd be joining me today. So there you go. I'm sure there'll be other people joining into the chats in a bit. So yeah, B, how you been? How you been?
I've been all right. I've just been bogged down with a bunch of small tasks lately. Like, dealing with crypto is a lot in itself, but when you add other big things to it, it can be pretty tasking.
Yeah.
But it's nothing bad. I'm gonna be working more towards my music. I'm gonna be
Beautiful.
copywriting it. So that way I can get ready to promote it and hopefully start selling it because I got some connects
Yeah.
in Twitter. So I'm really looking forward to that. I got a lot of people supporting me with the music. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. So hopefully Monday I will be able to submit my first album to be
Oh,
copyrighted.
beautiful. Beautiful. So you're gonna go independent though? So it's your album, it'll just be independent. So you're not signing with anyone or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's independent.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I went that route quite a few years ago. I decided to go independent, but I've actually taken a step away from that whole music industry. I mean, I still do music, but it's really just for my own thing nowadays. I'm too old now. So I can't go out. I can't see myself going out there on tour and stuff like that anymore. So, but just doing it for myself and then, being able to have that music influence there for my kids, that's the number one passion for me at this point in time. So yeah, so music. And it's funny, like we got quite a few musicians in our community, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't
there's a lot of them.
Yeah. We should be able to come together and do some big collab at some stage.
Or
Like,
like a
yeah,
community talent show or something.
yeah. Or we could just do a whole thing like, we are the world.
That'd be fun.
That would be pretty awesome. So let's bring up a couple more things here. Um, yes, Irene, every week in crypto feels like a year. Absolutely. The ups
Yes.
and downs in it is super crazy. Tony Morrow, great to see you again out there as always every single week. Um, do the FTR theme song. You know what? Okay. The reason I didn't play it this time is for some stupid reason. There's no copyright on it, but for some stupid reason, sometimes like I stream also to Facebook, like simulcast with this to a couple of my pages on Facebook, and it kept giving me copyright like warnings. I'm like, are you kidding me? So it's cutting part of my audio. So that's the reason I didn't do it. But you know what? I'm going to do it because my main peeps are out here in YouTube rather than uh, as a crypto collab. Yes, yes, that would be freaking awesome. But you know what? I am going to play that just FTR, and I'm gonna do it with the proper F, not just the FTR movement. I'm gonna play it right now. Yay! So Facebook cuts my audio for that part. Well, that's just too bad. Too bad. There you go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, unfortunately, like FTR, we've had to like slow things down a little bit because we've had, you know, a lot of focus on other things, but that is definitely coming. So look out for that one. Go. Yo, Crypto Unlimited 22, Johnny Fawcett, DeFi Diva. Guys, if you're not following them or watching them at the moment, definitely go and follow Crypto Unlimited 22. Great live stream. Their live stream is on before mine. Usually, like I think they start at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, about 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, so that's like 3.5 hours before the start of my show. So check them out, man. Absolutely awesome. I jump on there every now and then if I can like do the timing. But I'm usually always in the chats there as well. So there you go. Please go and follow and subscribe to Crypto Unlimited 22 if you haven't done so already. And welcome, guys. Welcome. It gets you right in the fields. Yes, I know. I totally agree with that. So I love it too. I love it. So today's stream, again, we can go wherever we want to go with the stream, but generally today's stream was more about, you know, the importance of life outside of crypto. Okay, we're all here, we're all doing crypto, but it's the importance of life outside of crypto, like family time, etc. Why you need a break, give yourself a break, etc. We've got Zach joining us in the stage now in the studio.
What's going on, everybody?
Zach, how you doing, brother?
Good. I like your topic this week. It's a really good thing.
Well, you know, yeah, man, and I'd love your insight into that today too. So, you know, that's it's good to see.
How long is your show?
You never know. It could be an hour, which is not likely, but it could be 2 hours.
Alak-Azul, and here we go.
Alak-Azul, and you know what? I haven't had one yet, but because you've just jumped on here, I'm going to do one. And
all right, I was just about somewhere, but now I'm going to go back to the spot and get mine too.
Get your apples, 99 apples?
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful, and we're going to have to do one together.
My day has been excellent, right?
Beautiful.
As I'm talking to you, I walk through a puddle, and I'm wearing dude shoes. Both of my shoes are just filled with water and mud right now. Oh, man.
I hate having wet socks. It's the worst.
Oh, I don't have socks on. I don't have socks. They're just
that's
mud,
good.
not,
that's
like,
good.
They're old pair or whatever.
There you go. Are you ready with your 99 apples? I'm getting thirsty, brother.
I've been thirsty.
I got me a little something too.
Oh, awesome, B. And it's dark, man. What are you doing? Oh, there you go.
Coming to light.
There you go. He's in the red zone.
It's actually purple and yellow. I'm putting on my Halloween lights.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. You ready?
All right. Here we go. You can be one of the initiatives. That's it. I can drunk.
Alak-Azul.
Alak-Azul.
I don't think that was a coherent sentence I tried to say. That was not good.
So there you
That's
go.
my brain. It's my brain already telling me, oh, it's going to be one tonight. So,
welcome again, Stephen. Good to see you there again. Yeah,
I'm going to jump off the camera Just let me know how my mic is doing.
Yeah. I also audio check. Yep.
Yeah, you're doing good, man.
All right, sweet.
Took me the first 9 minutes.
There you go. He'll be back. Everything in moderation, easy to say, harder to do, but humans need balance. Yes. Totally. Agreed. So, I mean, Zach will probably jump back on. There's 15 people watching, which is really cool. And so yeah, it's all about Tony, it's finding a balance. You're right, spending time with family, knowing we are all in the crypto space, but there is things outside of that, and I mean, I'm guilty of it for the past 2.5 years, 3 years, or whatever it was, or even before that, but more so once I jumped into DeFi rather than just crypto. I was on here all the time, and I was making my time for other people, and in the process, actually neglecting the other important things in life. I was in here. Well, recently it's kind of been the same again, but I do tend to take a couple of days off here and there, just some time out for me and for my family. But I was jumping on at 3, 4 in the morning, and then working until sometimes the same time the next day, doing 24 hours or longer. And Zach can attest to that, because he and I used to be on calls together all the time,
That's a light day.
Yeah. And sometimes we would be on. I mean, I'd be on at 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'd be on calls, and that's from not sleeping since the day before. So, I guess when I took the break away for a year and a half, it really was just about, hey man, I got to ground myself again. I've got a family, I've got family, I've got, my wife and kids, and I've got things outside that I should be doing as well, instead of just sitting there all day, every day, and just trying to focus on this, because what I was thinking about was just money. Okay. Crypto gave me the opportunity to get passive income. And the thing is, if you're doing that, it's no longer passive income. Right. And
True.
Yeah, so you kind of have to try to find that balance. And I mean, if you can't, well, do that for a few days a week, and then spend the rest of the days of the week with your family. And if you don't have a family, just yourself, just take some time out for you. Don't keep putting yourself out there. Don't feel that you have to be sitting there watching the charts 24/7. You shouldn't have to. You really shouldn't have to. That's not what this is about. I mean, we have
to go back to the beginning here. I like to say this: in order to not stare at the charts, we have to provide proper education for people to get to that point. Because I think we all, at some point, we all enter, and we oh boy, I wish I would have done that different. That's part of it though. That's almost a rite of passage nowadays. But I also don't like to see people go through that, because it's hard. You don't know anything when you come into the space. It's like going to a foreign country almost, I mean, for me, it's not a problem, because I'm half Australian, but not really.
But I guess that's where it comes into it, bro, is that, people, if you're not educated enough, don't just jump in. Take your time. Take your time to actually, understand things. Take it easy. Give yourself a break. Yeah, absolutely. And my boy Lucky's in the house. Yo.
So Lucky.
Hey.
Oh, I've missed you, man. What's going on?
Beauty. Miss you too, brothers. How you doing?
You deserted me, man.
I deserted you. I had to go to a natural desert. Yeah. I just got back from Vegas. I'm recuperating.
Oh, sweet. Let me just put this one up here for a sec.
Were you down there for the Breathe convention or what?
For a Breathe convention? No, I was there to deposit more money into the casinos.
Yes, one of the tricky trades of the thing. Yes, I do that.
No, it was a lot of fun. It was more of a family thing, but it was great. And meet Big Los, had a good time with him. Brought it back to the core, man. Yeah. Down to the family and spend some time. It's been great. I love being back home. So
So fitting for our topics today. I'm just gonna put this one up here. DeFi Diva and I took a road trip to Cider Mill today, picked up some fresh apples, pie, and cakes, and tomorrow we're going hiking the Adirondack. How do you pronounce that? Anyway, mountains there. But that's great. See, that's taking time out and doing stuff away from the desk, away from the studio. You know, people should be doing that more often. Let me just. For all, yes. First thing is understand the history of crypto, because then you learn cycles and can time your moves better at macro level. You're not buying at the top of the bull, etc. Yes, totally agree with you there as well, Irene. You know, education is the thing, and like it was helping at the electric bill.
Oh, you didn't know we have free electricity over here because we're self-sufficient units. We live off the government.
Wow,
dude, I haven't seen so much. I haven't seen so many Teslas in my life, man. I was surprised when I came back. Like I'm on the West Coast, right? So it's like, oh man, it's just a different. It's like a culture shock coming back home. It's weird.
Yeah.
And, you know what I heard? That they're actually not electric. They just have really good mufflers on them. You think that's real?
You know what? I think that's real, man. Yeah.
Fact check, please, Beth. All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you on that
one. I saw your topic, bro. I mean, I think it's a really good topic to talk about, and I think you and I talk about it all the time. It's every day is different. Every cycle is different, and even if we are in what you call a bear market, that doesn't change anything. It shouldn't change anything. Because what we've always said in with our personal financial life, if you want to say, is it comes down to the three main pillars: earn, save, invest. Right? We're talking about the crypto side, where we're investing the money that we've actually earned or we've saved. Right? So and that goes through cycles as well. So what is your active income looking like? Right? And then how do you convert? How do you move some of that active income into the investment side? Again, this is not financial advice at all, but yes, you always should be focusing on it, and you should never stop focusing on it. Meaning, I'm not stopping focusing on crypto. I never will, because there are so many more opportunities out there that we don't even know about yet, and that we haven't even explored. Other protocols, the stuff happening on Polygon right now. Pulse. What's going on there? You're talking about OG? Yeah, that's OG, right?
No one knows what's going on.
What he's done with Hex and what's happening. Him getting sued by SEC and whatever. Good, we'll get cheaper Pulse. Then.
Let me ask you a question about that.
Yeah.
You think that was the idea the whole time? Like he knew that was gonna. There's no way you don't know that. You have advisors when you have that much money to say.
It's either you have advisors or you're just you're just too cocky to just think you could do it on your own. I don't know. Like no one really knows the answer. When it was the Hex times, when Hex blew up and then it crashed. Of course they were looking at Richard Hart saying that he holds all the ETH, and he has the power to just move the markets. Yeah, he does, of course. But I mean,
well, so do I.
Still, look at it now.
40,000 of my friends, but
yeah. But
put this up here just for a sec. DeFi Academy, NYC Crypto, NY Crypto. Welcome again. Thanks for tuning in again. Think most of us will not rest until we've made it, lost a shit ton of money in DeFi, but I refuse to quit. I'll take a break after the next bull run. And man, absolutely. Again, when I say take a break, it's more like give yourself a break. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. It's
moderation, Yeah. You can't just be 100% all in on something because you burn out.
You do. You burn out. And I've actually felt that way over in recent times as well. Just a bit burnt out because obviously we're trying to finish off Drip Pot Luck and a few other things that we're working on, and
the timing was
the timing was just nuts. Absolutely, and then as you guys know, especially you, Lucky, I'm up at 3-4 in the morning, and sometimes I'm not sleeping until 1 or 2 in the morning. You know, so it's been, you know, you get into that burnout phase, and that's why the last few days I've just gone, no, you know what? I'm just taking some time out. I'm going to sit back, do some music, still doing what I'm doing, and you know, I'm still working on the stuff for Alak-Azul and you know, for Potluck, etc., but I'm not 100% focused on that. You can't, you know. So
I do want to bring up so all day today. So we have 2 days until our baby is supposed to be born. So we're like, we're close. And
man.
Mama's like, I don't know, just when he comes, he's gonna be out in about 14 minutes. That's what she said. Like, holy cow. We had a 38-hour labor with our 5-year-old. She's 5 now, but
oh wow.
She's like, this is different. We have 14 minutes. Like, it takes 30 minutes almost in like light traffic to get to where you're gonna have the baby. You wait till Monday when you go to work. Okay, let's not have to try that.
Wow.
But you know, I spent all day with my little one, and I have been. I really enjoy being. I get to be a stay-at-home dad. Like, I walk her to school, and I don't always pick her up because mom misses her, and you know, pregnancy hormones are crazy, and we let them do what they want to do during that time with no questions asked. And I mean, you ask them to your head, but you never ask them to their face. Just that's advice to any of you people out there listening. Just bear with them. They're bearing something for you. So hang in there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I took back in the day, I was helping people clear out an old office building, and they had all these cork boards and like you know, for like pinning up stuff, but they were 16 feet long. Well, I used it to stack glass, tempered glass, right? So point of the story is like, okay, I don't do anything. What am I going to do? Build a greenhouse maybe someday? Like, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I got rid of the glass, and we used all the cork board, and we painted pumpkins and ghosts, and yeah, we just had a nice fun day, just getting all sloppy full of paint, and yeah, it's been a good weekend.
I didn't grow up with like Halloween and stuff. When is Halloween exactly?
In 31 days.
In what? 31 days?
Yeah, October 31st over here. Like, for me, celebrating these commercial holidays, like, for me, I just enjoy that art of putting all this up and then people going by, that guy's insane, right? Yeah, he is.
Oh, we've known that for quite a while now.
Right. But that's why you keep me around a little bit. Like, just let me live in my little lot here. I'm fine. I'm not hurting anybody else. My wife wants some of this and that. And, you know, I built this morning, I should say, I got up at like 4, and I built a, what do they call them? Like a fog machine condenser, or so, I don't even know what it's called, but basically you have to use ice, and it allows the fog from the fog machines to sit really low on the ground. Now, I call BS on these videos I watched because it was like, you know, 80 degrees humid. It is full of ice, and it looked like the device I had sneezed and diarrhea, the fog everywhere. It didn't look like any movie effects. It was terrible. I wasted 5-6 hours doing this all day with the little one, and she was so excited. It's like, "It works, Dad." I'm like, sure.
Man, as long as it made her smile, right?
Oh man, she's just loving it.
That's beautiful. That's the thing. So there you go.
It doesn't matter if it's successful or not. It's about being there with your kids, because you don't always get that second chance, you know, and like, don't skip the first one.
Absolutely. Totally, man. Totally. They grow so fast. My 13-year-old boy, he's like an inch shorter than me now, and he's almost like 1.5 times as wide as well. So they grow so fast. My youngest is not far behind either. So yeah, got to spend time with them. And I guess, you know, that's the thing, you know, finding time to actually spend with family and you know, taking advantage of the fact that I mean, people like you and me, like Zach, we can be stay-at-home dads, and you know, actually using that time for that, you know. So
look, if there's anything I could say to that, not only do I live a fairy tale marriage, like
that's beautiful.
I'm so grateful to be where I'm at, and most of it is because of the choices I've made. Have I made bad ones and failed? Absolutely. But you know what? It's not repeating them and learning from those mistakes and moving forward. And look, I don't live a luxurious life. Yeah, I have Halloween lights. That's the extent of my 6 months. Okay. I look that, in 2 months or in a month, I change them, the colors, but I don't have to take them all down. So that's, I guess, one more exciting thing I have in that 2-month period. But hey, we all have our thing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all the Christmas ones as well, man. Like as you always do.
Oh, you have no idea that big old tree that I was decorating. No. The trees, there's only like 20, like maybe 20 feet of the top of it left.
Okay.
It's got to go bye-bye.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So there you go. B, I want to hear from you.
Do it.
What's going on? Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just chilling. It's a good vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had to, take some time away from the crypto space as well, just because, I felt like I just made it like a habit to be like on Telegram, like all the time, like trying to see what's going on constantly, like trying to look at charts and this and that. And, I just had to step away because I had some negative things happen in my life. I'm not going to really go into detail. It's not really necessary. But, sometimes, if you're going through like something like hard in your life, like sometimes you do need to step away to take that time for yourself to be able to process those things. Otherwise, they can get built up and they're going to end up showing up in different places in your life, like especially in crypto. And that's not where you want to have those kinds of thoughts and things, and especially like bringing emotions into it, like strong, heavy ones. So that's why it's important to take time away to process these things, so you don't bring those into DeFi.
Yeah.
Because you got to think very logically. So, and if you are going through something very hard and you need support, definitely get that support, because it's going to help you overcome whatever it is a lot faster, and it's going to help you feel so much better. Then when you come back in, you're going to be a lot stronger because you took the time. But if you just continue to like barrel through it and just push through it and not take the time, then you can end up doing a lot more damage to your mental health, and
certainly
do a lot of damage in other areas in your life as well, because you allowed that stuff to consume you. And so now you're burnt out because you didn't take that time to do that stuff before. Where if you would have just simply would have taken that time to do it beforehand, then you wouldn't have ran into these issues. And now it's going to take even more time to recover because, you let this stuff go on for longer than you need to. So that's why it's important to take a break. And then, of course, if you have like a significant other or children, it's important to make time for them, because if they feel like your time is focused like 100% on something else, then it's going to make them feel like you don't really care.
Yeah.
And so then a lot of problems can arise from that. So that's why it's important to also like not only like take time for yourself to be able to get through like your own stresses and your own issues, but you got to have that family time as well, because you need to actually connect. You need to be able to actually socialize. And if you don't have that, then you're going to feel lonely and isolated, and it can cause some mental health issues. So you just really got to really be careful. You got to prioritize things, and you really got to make a plan and a strategy for these things. That way you can balance all these things. As I know, having a family can be very difficult, especially if you're like doing a lot of different things A lot of people are working multiple jobs. It's just crazy out there right now. So you just really gotta, take care of yourself, and if you do that, you'll be stronger, and then you're gonna be able to support other people a lot better as well, because you gotta make sure you're on top of your game.
Yeah.
You can't really love other people unless you love yourself first, because if you neglect yourself, then you're gonna end up neglecting others.
100%.
Totally.
100%. I love it. I totally agree. Yeah, B. I mean, we talked about the whole spiritual side of wealth and crypto, and it all. This is where you need the time to focus on that. I totally agree. Family first. I mean, we've been through this before. For the people who's going through this kind of bear market and every, feeling bummed out because of what happened with other certain protocols, just know these are all cycles, and they're going to happen. This is not the first, it's not the last. And being able to not just manage your risk, but also manage your expectations when it comes to what your portfolio looks like, how you approach crypto and your crypto life, your journey. It is about managing your expectations as well, and being grateful for the small things. I always say, if you can't enjoy a simple cup of coffee in the morning and just appreciate that, well, what else what else would you be happy about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've been through shitty times, and this is nothing. We've been through even worse. I told my personal story of sitting at a kitchen table counting my centavos, which is like 50 to 1 for an actual 1 cent on what we're going to eat for that day. And there's my wife, my beautiful wife across the table, and we were just laughing. And so we were happy at those times. We're happy at these times too. And of course, everybody's happy when everything's up. And these are really great lessons, because how can we manage our profits and money and dividends or whatever we get from crypto in the next run, because it's coming. Look at Irene. I see Irene's chats. Heck yeah. Mid 2024. We don't know, but yeah, it looks like it. It feels like it. So what are we doing now in preparation for that as well? You got to step away, take your time with the family. And if this is your time to where you actually feel it, okay, well, that's where it really counts, right? Do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're spiritual or not. I personally am. I feel like it plays a huge role in my life. It always has. And Danny, you and I talk about that all the time, where we're different in that sense. But I mean, to each his own, and whatever works for you, right? But you got to have that. You got to have that gratitude every single morning about the stupidest things, the smallest things, right?
Yeah, you should just be grateful to be alive every day.
Oh, dude.
I mean, in total honesty, and then Nelly said this on his stream as well just recently, and with myself, we're at that age now. I mean, again, you guys know I'm 52. We're up there in age now. I know there's a lot of younger viewers out there, but you get to this age and your friends really start to actually drop off, right? And I'm not trying to bring any negatives into it, but your friends do drop off for whatever reason, some of which like through stresses or whatever, and they decide to end it all. Others just through health things. A friend of mine passed away recently, and I'm going to mention this, right, because there's a bit of a crazy story to it. Not crazy in how he passed, but rest in peace, Stewie. But funny thing is that when internet first came out, and we're going back years and years and years ago, obviously, my friend Stewie was the main ISP, the owner of one of the first ISPs within my area, and I was one of his first customers, and I was actually one of the biggest users on it. But I remember those were the days of dial-up. You had a little modem, and but I remember, I said, "Hey, Stewie, I need to get onto this internet thing." And he goes, "Okay." So we created an account for me, et cetera, and then got my modem, and I connected, and I called him up on the old dial-up phones or touch tone phones, and I said, "Hey, bro, so okay, now I'm connected to the internet. Now what?" He goes, well, open your browser. And I'm like, well, what's a browser? He goes, open your internet browser. I'm like, what is that? And I think back then it was like Netscape Navigator or whatever it was. And yeah, so that's how I first started using internet. I was on the phone with him. He goes, I'll open this up and then you can type in what you want in this search engine, etc., etc. And yeah, the reason I brought that up again is because like he passed a couple of weeks ago now. And it was just funny to go back and think about, you know, where I came from. And I ended up being one of those .com people and did things really well. And I became a web developer, etc. So yeah, now these people that are around us, you know, I mean, no one ever thought, I never thought he'd be gone tomorrow. And I think back how much more time I could have spent like communicating with him. We haven't communicated for like a couple of years at least. And that was after not communicating for at least 10 years. So, you know, take that time out to communicate with people, you know, spend time with your family, do things, still do your crypto, but take a step away, you know, because you just never, ever know. So I guess that's the point I'm trying to bring across. And, you know, let's bring up.
Yeah. Hold on. I see this too. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hey, DeFi Academy. This one actually hit me. You're talking about spending time with family, dude. That's saying that I love the saying where a son is a mom is a son's first love, and a son
daughter
is a mom's last. So
yeah,
you know, taking your mom out, dude, be grateful, man. Those are small things that I wish I had that time with my mom. Yeah, and she's gone. So I mean, and those are things we take for granted when, you know, growing up, or like, oh, mom and dad or whatever. You know, you just act like a kid, right? But you know, as we get older, yeah, you do appreciate the little times you spend, and you don't know, like, you know, for example, I live abroad, and my dad's 76, and I see him once a year, and so if I see him once a year, and I know that he's 76, and say pick a date, pick an age, 80. What if he lives until 80, right? That means I only have 4 times left to see my father. So if you kind of look at it from that perspective, you'll be like, whoa, yeah. I only can see my father or my parent or my sibling, or my friend 4 more times. Like, well, how much of quality time would you be spending with them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by taking the spiritual angle and just kind of change your perspective on the way we view life, you know, and what really matters to us, which ultimately family's number one, right? And so totally. I hope that helps. So yeah, DeFi Academy, yeah, that counts as a break. It depends how you are with your mom, though. But
yeah,
we love our family no matter what.
This is the emotional side of crypto. Right, emotional side of crypto should be based around the community and the people that you meet along the way in this journey that we're taking together.
Big, you know? Like you said, yep. The people around you matter. You know,
yep.
You got us. We're here for you, right? We haven't even met personally, but you know, any times we could jump on or whatever, getting that support from each other. Yeah, that's why we're all here.
Yeah,
this is what matters.
So. You know, I had a question raised to me on Twitter or X in the last couple of weeks, and it was like, you know, it was about drip, and you know, do I still have faith in drip? And I said, yes, I have faith in drip, but I'm also in elephant money and et cetera, et cetera. And then the question that came back again was like, okay, so why do you have faith in drip? And you know, my faith in drip was the community, because I've made so many friends and associates through drip. And I see like what they're trying to do, and you know, that's where my faith lies. I know my faith also lies in the the code, etc. But more than anything, just the fact that it's real people coming together, and I think that takes a lot more importance than the code. to a certain degree. I mean, I also say that, you know, I trust code more than I trust people, and I do, but you know, you need to have a balance of both. And I think, you know, people, the community in general, it's a pretty fucking amazing community, man. Yeah, there are some crazy out there people in the community, you know, but as a whole, I mean, you look on the stream now, you got all these beautiful people supporting, man, and they're all coming together, and we're all talking about this, and we're all keeping each other pumped, and you know, I love it. I love it. You know, the importance of real people. The importance of real people. So there you go.
You know what I noticed, bro?
Yeah,
I know we're talking about like active income, you know, ESI, earn, save, invest. And
yes.
It's all like, you know, what are we doing now in preparation for the bull run? Knowing that it's going to come. It's inevitable it's going to come. You know, it's been a shock coming back here to North America because I just feel like everybody's head is down, dude.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a really bad way. I'm just saying like everybody's focused on their 9 to 5. I come back to my city and I'm like, you know, it's pretty boring here during the day because everybody's working. I'm like, oh man, you guys work during the day? Like it's like I'm not putting, I mean, you know, more power to them, you know, to afford all their Teslas. But it's like, no, everybody's doing their thing, and it is the culture. It is the culture of 9 to 5 work, and knowing that the cost of living here is ridiculous. I'm like a bucket of chicken. It doesn't cost the same. The food costs are amazing. I got like 7 combos from this one restaurant, and the price of it, I was like, you know what? My plane ticket to Vegas actually costs less than this meal. So it's like it's weird. So I can see everybody's like, you know, working hard to afford just the cost of living. The food, rent has gone up like crazy, mortgages, things are going crazy.
But you know, on the other side of the coin, that's not I guess that's not the same for all people within the Western world as well. I mean, if you look at like comparing to here as opposed to Australia, for example, when you look at the average income of a person, right? I mean, like in the Philippines, the average income is that low that not everybody could afford to buy a Big Mac meal.
Yeah. Right? Or Starbucks. Yep.
Yeah. Or Starbucks, right? So, I mean, you and I, we've been fortunate with the way we live over here, right? But, you know, not everyone can do that. And I guess we're pretty spoiled in the way that we've been able to do that. But, I mean, for example, in Australia, even if you're on the minimum wage in Australia, you'd still be able to buy a Big Mac meal.
Yep.
There's no way you could do it over here. Because like, you know, I don't know what the average income over here is. I think it's about 400 pesos a day, which is like just over, you know, $10 Australian or something like that. Now you look at that and then you go roughly 400 pesos a day or whatever it is. And a Big Mac meal is going to cost you like almost 200 pesos. So that's half of your income for the day that's going to pay for a Big Mac meal. Right.
Yeah, or even a Starbucks, it would cost like, you know, 200 or 300 pesos when in fact that's how much some people earn in a whole day. So you're talking about a whole day's work to afford 1 cup of coffee. Now where I'm at right now is it's not nowhere near there. However, before, you know, a fraction of an hour that you work at a job, you could afford Starbucks. So it's no problem. You know, get your Starbucks, get your Big Mac meal. But now it's almost like almost half of an hour.
Yeah.
You would have to work in order to pay for a cup of coffee or whatever it is, right? Yeah, so it's getting up there real quick in a matter of how many years? You're talking about inflation? Oh yeah.
Alak-Azul.
Yeah, you got to drink to that, man.
I got it, man.
So all the people hustling.
So yeah, you know, again, crypto brings us so many great opportunities, and I think it's freaking wonderful. But again, you just got to balance it out, because I mean, I know people, myself included, right? I mean, our income a couple of years ago, year and a half ago, was like ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And then obviously with everything that's going on lately, you know, we're talking about 90% of income pretty much gone from the normal crypto side of things. not on the external things.
Oh,
but so what? Yeah.
No. My whole point in saying that I feel that it seems like everybody's heads down. I'm talking about the crypto side.
Yeah.
In North America right now, from what I see, I don't see a lot of action, not as much action as we have over there in Asia, right? And I'm just talking from someone coming back home to North America.
Yeah.
It's different. There's not a lot of action, meaning there's so much opportunity to then start educating more people about it. Why?
Absolutely.
Because over here we have so many apps that it's always convenient, right? You could send money, use Venmo, use whatever different types of apps that are already in place. However, on the crypto side, they don't see any real value, or maybe there perhaps isn't as much value to them because in their everyday lives, they're already using Venmo, they're already using PayPal, they're already using something else. So if we're able to help educate people here on this side, on the North American side, to then on certain use cases that would make sense, not just making money in the DeFi, degen space, but actual real life use cases. And that's where I see a lot of opportunity, where a lot of opportunity lies still, is the whole educational part, right?
Totally. Blocks Media.
Yeah, man.
Let's plug Blocks Media, bro. Okay. Let's plug Blocks Media.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Just a sec. That's this one. Coming to you soon in North America.
Look, I have had that since I've been 4 years old. All right. Blocks Media ain't got nothing on that song. And Bugs Bunny and that guy at that auditorium. I'm like, holy shit, what is he saying? It's amazing.
I remember that.
It's so fast. And Bugs Bunny's just a big bully. He's just messing with the guy trying to have a show. Like he's pick and flip the script. Bugs Bunny's kind of a jerk. Be very quiet. We're hunting for rabbits. Shut up! Shut up, damn! Like I started cheering for him. Like I felt bad for Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck was just a regular Joe Schmo trying to get by, and like then you got the bum.
I totally remember that too. Wow.
Like you got the bum just living off the system. Like, come on, guys. Like they're telling us how things are. Let's do something about it. I want to jump in. I was fixing my light stuff here, but you guys made some really, really, really good points. And I don't even know where to start with most of them. You got to take time for yourself. You got to take time for the family, but you got to educate yourself. You cannot just wander around aimlessly. It is so important to keep those people that you appreciate close to you. And in my circle of people, I'm the guy who reaches out. Anybody in this room right now knows I reach out to people. And they're like, hey, wish you wouldn't have such long arms because I'm a bit of a reach, huh? You know what I mean? Oh, I don't take social cues either. So, it's time for you to go home. Oh, no, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I'll stay. We have a sleep. No, dude, you got to leave our house. Oh, no, I shouldn't. My wife's almost going to have a baby. I don't want to be there for that. That's weird. But it's one of those things. Yeah, I joke around about a lot of stuff. But the thing is like, I heard you say you ain't got your mom. Sorry about that. I got my mom and I got my stepmom. I was raised by farmers and social workers. And I get to be a kid. I grew up. I'm 38. I got to be a kid. Most people have strife and all this crap that happens to them. I trust people. I do my thing, and lo and behold, the crypto space there, I get really sick of people saying this Wild West thing. Look, if you want the government to take our toys away from us and any ability for us to give ourselves a leg up, we got to start doing something about it. I mean, we have to. It's not the Wild West. I don't know if you remember any of those old Westerns. Those bad guys, they all died. You know that? They all died. They got killed by like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, and Jesse James didn't fare out too well. So when you hear people go, "Oh, it's the Wild West," I'm like, that motherfucker's gonna die. Like, and I don't like, I'm not threatening anybody, but I'm like, guys, that's not like a thing you should say, because I mean, just look at the logical side of that. It didn't work out. Okay. Yeah, they had a good run, but I tell you what, at the end of the day, I'd rather be poor than dead. Because if I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac, here's the thing. I go on my app and I'm like, okay, special deals. Okay. For $1.73, I'm going to go shake my couch. I'm going to tip that guy upside down. Look, I want a Big Mac today, but not the combo. I'll take just a sandwich. And I'll have a water with no ice. It's just more filling.
It's more filling.
You know, and that's. Do I want 2 double cheeseburgers and then go to Taco Bell? And yes, I've had a couple of days like that. I did. You know, Lucky, you came in and said something right off the bat. I've never heard anybody give advice well, that's not advice, but I don't even, what do you mean save? What's that? I didn't know what that was. It's the first time I ever experienced money, and I was stupid. Danny watched it happen, and there's nothing he could do about it. Not that it was his fault or anything, but it was directly his fault. He's like, well, he's going to have to learn the hard way. He doesn't listen to anybody. I called his wife. He just sits there and blows his money on things for his family. Doesn't do a damn thing for himself except snowmobiles, and he rides on water like he's Jesus or something. Like, no, seriously, like, I'm bald. All right, I'm not Jesus.
Yeah, man, you did.
That. I did ride on water, though. I had to see if it was real. Look, I know it's real. I watched TNN Motorsports when I was a kid. They had things that went on water that didn't belong on water. Like, I'm going to be that guy one day. That's going to be me. Well, I'm going to get a snowmobile that's made for snow and make it a jet ski. And when I got to that age, they're like, yeah, we've been doing this for 20 years, bud. You're a little behind. I'm like, oh, come on. And like, my sled is like the one that's like, if you sneeze, you're done. You're not going to recover from sneezing on a snowmobile. It tips, you're done. It sinks. Now the EPA's after you. This is no good. Thanks, crypto. I'd rather got rugged than deal with the EPA. Oh, it's all about responsibility, because you know what? With that little bit of money I got, I helped a lot of people. Should I have? I still contemplate that. I did help a lot of people, but I also got burned really, really bad. And those people aren't there for me.
Absolutely.
You know, like, look, Danny, Lucky, we all go back way a long time. And we've been through ups and downs in this market, and we see how it goes. And I've come out all the much better. I went back to my 9 to 5 because I'm like, this is scary. But I work for myself. So like, when I get fired, I go sit on the couch and talk to myself about what I did that day.
You fire yourself. Yeah.
Same, brother. Fire a volunteer. Same. Oh yeah, watch me. You know, but the idea behind all of it is that, look, I have to still make an income. And I found that, look, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm intelligent. but that can only go so far. My reality is that I have a manual labored mind, right? I do things, I build things, I create things. That's what I do. Okay. You can't really do that in crypto. I have really no experience on computers. That stuff is hard for me. So in order to gain that kind of knowledge, I have to spend an enormous amount of time sitting in a chair where I fall asleep because it's so boring. Like, I'm out, like, we're talking about crypto right now. I'm outside putting lights on my house. 99% of the time I'm on crypto, I'm outside. I touch grass every day. I would sleep outside. And my wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, haha, you definitely married down, didn't you, hon? Oh, bless your heart. Oh, and then, the other thing is that that's exactly why my wife married me, is because I just do the things that make me happy, and I respect other people's, their stuff. Like, I'm not trying to shove nothing down no one's throat. I just want to see a few smiles on your face, and that's what I can bring to the space. That's what I've learned. I've also, found there are other areas that if you're going to get into crypto and you want to make a business out of it, then make a business, build a business model. Don't build a project. It starts out as a project, but you need to know that you're going further than that in the future. And that's how I look at investing now, is like, okay, so what are they solving? What are we doing to better the people? We all could probably agree that our government let some of us fall through the cracks, if you will, right? Well, guys, we're adults. Take responsibility and accountability for your own actions. And if you screw up, you got to own up. I've been down that road. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's just like, it's easier just to say, you know what? Excuse my language, I fucked up. Let's right the wrong and move forward. Oh, sorry. They're coming after me. Oh, no, not again. It's the third time today.
That was an ambulance, bro. You've fallen off the roof 3 times today.
No, they're preparing for it. Alak-Azul.
Alak-Azul. Yeah, I'll drink to that one. I'll do one more.
No, but the thing is like, I don't know if you guys saw me. I pointed at my wife. She's in the couch right now. Like, I don't know how she does it. I've got 2 other kids with another lady, right? And she's been there for over 3/4 of their lives. When I had to go through that, losing my kids, it destroyed me. I didn't know what to do. I called my dad. I said, "Hey," he's like, "Oh, shit. You better come on out here, because you're going to either end up out here on your own or with the state farm. And if the state farm is at that point, that's a prison, because you're going to start making bad choices. You're a young man. And most men at 21, 22 don't have a fully developed mind to make logical, rational decisions. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Not until you're like 28. So it's really important to remember that for other people you're around, is to, like, instead of badgering people, give them a helping hand. Help them out a little bit. Just, like, show a little compassion, a little love for them.
Yeah.
You were there one day, and could you have used it? You're damn right you could have used it, an extra, just something. Just a pat on the back. And I'll say this, and then I'm going to jump off the mic. When I do customer service, you have people, they have to go to this job. I've done customer service when, like, all right, I need you to restart your router. Oh, I don't see any lights on. Sir, did you plug it in? Oh, okay. But the thing I tell them, I go, man or woman, like, "Sir, do you have long arms?" And they look at me. Well, they don't look at me, but I could see the look on their face. What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
And they go, whether they say yes or no, and like, well, either way, just give yourself a pat on the back for doing such a great job today, because that was excellent. And I just want you to have a nice rest of the day. And that will light someone's day up. And there's like, that was one of the, by far, the weirdest compliments, but man, it was awesome. Like, and it's just those little things. Like, did they do the best job in the world? Well, they solved my problem. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just said thank you. That's all it was. A little thank you here, a little appreciation.
It doesn't take much to say thank you, bro. It's not.
No,
It's
it
not a big
doesn't.
effort, right?
It's not hard to be a kind person.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just going back a little bit, I mean, you mentioned about, you know, your boys with a you know, from a previous relationship, etc. I've got 3 kids from a previous relationship as well, and something I just want to bring up on this is that my daughter in Australia, I have not seen her since she was 1 year old, and because I mean, I've been over here for many years, but just on a positive thing, and again, this is really important to talk about, you know, like family time, etc. The reason the reason my 3 kids in Australia, I don't have a lot of contact with them, is because, again, I was more focused on things outside of family life. I was like just too focused on trying to make money and trying to make ends meet, and I was neglecting the families, and that's why those relationships didn't work out. But, you know, on a positive note, like a week and a half ago, I was on a call with my mother, and my daughter moved from Tasmania to Queensland, and she's actually staying in the same place as my mother at the moment. And I was talking with my mother on a video call, and my daughter, who I haven't spoken with in probably about 5 years at least, she turned up, and my mum says, "Oh, I'm talking with your dad," and all of a sudden she just came on like this. My daughter didn't really want to communicate with me, but all of a sudden she came on and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I got to speak with my daughter for the first time in like 5 years. She's turning 21 next month. So yeah, it's you know, well, again, the importance of family.
Danny, I wanna just let you know, like, I know what you've gone through, and they're like, look, I never wanted children. I'm gonna be 100% honest about that, because I didn't think that I would be a good person to raise children.
Yeah,
and I was raised good. However, I was lied to about birth control. Not saying I didn't wrap it up, but I know what it's like. Okay.
Nice.
Now, I also didn't. I was not exposed to the world. I'm not doing drugs, alcohol, I nothing. Like I was a sheltered kid. I did my due diligence every day. I come home, I do my homework, I go work out, I go to sports, I beat the shit out of people in sports, and then at the end of the day, I meet this meth addict.
At the beginning of the night.
At the beginning of the night, yes, yes. And then my life changes, but I made a choice.
Yes.
I owned up to it because it had to. I know the hurt you've gone through.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot. Like, for him to just say what he just said, that's not easy. That's not easy at all.
That's not.
Yeah,
like, it could have, would have, should have. Well, you didn't. Now you have to live with it. And unfortunately, like, this is like, some people don't understand what that means. Like, I'm really glad that your daughter jumped on and you get to talk to her. Like, that's cool.
Oh, it was amazing, man. It was a major shock to me. I was almost in tears pretty much straight away, you know, but had to hold back because I didn't want to like show that.
I ain't no pussy. You know? I ain't no pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man.
But man, it was an amazing thing to happen. You know, I mean, we spoke on the phone a few times over the years. But yeah, I'm not going to go into all the details of why we weren't able to communicate and stuff like that. But you know, there was quite a few times where she was there with people and I was speaking with people like online and stuff, and she wouldn't come on. And then for her to just come on all of a sudden the other day, it was like, wow, it was just, oof.
That's a lot of emotions. It's really hard.
Yes, absolutely.
My son just turned 18. I am no longer in charge of that boy.
Yeah.
But he fucks up, guess what? I get to beat the shit out of him now. When he turned 18, I woke him up at 12:01 and punched him in the forehead and said, "Welcome to adulthood, son. Love you." I got you some. Got you some Taco Bell. Oh, he was so confused.
Zach is breaking all the safety rules. Yes.
Yes. No. Why? What do you mean? I'm only 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah. That's no shock to me because that shit happens over here all the time. So there you go.
Hey, look, the idea is that the last thing I'm going to say, I said that once already. I have one life to live. I want to enjoy it. I want to smile, I want to laugh. And I tell you what, when you can laugh and you make other people laugh, I know that brings some kind of value. I don't know what it is. I don't get paid enough for it. I'm, whatever. If you can laugh at my expense, then I'm doing something right. That's okay. I don't mind. Like, this is what I tell people. Like, I do ride the short bus. I do. And I eat crayons, but I save a couple to take notes. Okay. I save a couple to take notes. All right, guys. So don't forget about that. Just when you
So
think
there's
you got
Doug
me
shaking
figured
his
out.
head.
Zach, you got to stop eating
Doug.
those crayons. We talked about that years ago.
Look, I don't like that they call it the DeLorme helmet anymore, but that's what they call it now, and I do wear it all the time. Okay.
And it's
Just
no longer
leave me
a
alone.
short bus; it's a minivan.
Why that button? Why
Doug,
you do this in
welcome,
front of my
man.
friends?
Welcome.
Why you always
Hey,
gotta call
Doug.
me out in front of my friend? I hate this place. Hey, how you doing, Doug?
How's it going, Zach?
Good. Just putting up some Halloween lights, bud.
Yeah, I see
There you
that.
go.
I was gonna ask if you're a little bit earlier for Christmas or what.
No, I'm just on time for Christmas. I don't have to worry about putting them up when it's icy and 40 below 0 Celsius.
That's true. You don't want to Clark Griswold that stuff.
How fast has this year gone? It's already the 1st of October where we are. So over here, it's the 1st of October. It's like, man, this has just gone crazy.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, time's flying.
Oh, it's
So
ridiculous.
the birds, but we never really talk about that too much.
So, there
I
you
seen
go.
a thing the other day that said it was only like 4 months until 2024, and it just took me back. I was like, "Holy shit, really?"
That's a real thing. That's actually a real fact. I had Beth check it.
And
Right.
they're putting out Christmas decorations already.
Not
Like,
Christmas
seriously?
decorations. They're Halloween decorations.
I'm
Clearly.
not talking about you. Like, if you go to the store, they have like Christmas stuff out already.
Hey,
Oh my
Yep,
god.
absolutely.
Walmart has all their stuff out.
Over here, when you reach the BER months, BER months, so September, people start doing all the Christmas stuff. That's the way it is over here, the BER months.
Yeah, our house is already done.
Yeah.
My wife already
Do
finished.
you see this? These are Christmas. See the colors? Those are the Christmas colors. Purple and orange. Pumpkin.
Oh,
They're known
wow.
Halloween colors worldwide, if you know about Halloween.
I don't. Hey, actually, my colors are pretty much Halloween now too. Then
Alak-Azul.
blues and there's kind of purplish and. But anyway,
Well, I mean,
You just need a
Alak-Azul.
neon pumpkin.
I can't
I
wait
should
to
get a
hang my
pumpkin head and
pumpkins
put it
up.
in the back here.
Oh, you should see. We walk by this place every day, and my daughter's like, "Can we do that?" I'm like, "We're not walking by that place anymore. I can tell you that much." Because every day it's like, "I want to do this. I want to do that." I'm like, "Son of a! I don't know how to do that, but I kind of want to know." Because that's the type of that's the guy.
Oh,
So
there you go.
It's fun.
Hey, just quickly, hey, Lucky. I mean, are you going to be on here for a little while as well, or are you going to be going, or what?
I might be jumping off in about maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
While you're here, because I mean, you and I haven't really had much time to talk in the last few days. While you're here, and before you jump off, can we give people a little bit of an update on DPL, bro?
No way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
man. Come on. Come on.
Well, yeah. Well, you want to go or?
Well, okay. Well, firstly, DPL, obviously things have really slowed down with DPL, drip pot luck for the people out there that don't know. We haven't done any disbursements for 17 days now. Obviously because of the things that are happening with drip, we still don't know 100% exactly what's happening with drip. So in which case we haven't done our disbursements, but our original view, obviously original thing with drip pot luck was that we're buying drip and putting it into the tax vault, which at this point actually makes 0 cents for us to be doing that at this point. So we're obviously looking at things like burn, etc., etc. And Lucky, you want to give your take on that, brother?
Well, okay. Well, when I first found out what was happening with drip, I was talking to Danny, and I was pretty pissed off. I was
He
like,
was
okay,
pissed. Dude, he was pissed. I didn't even want to talk with you. I didn't want to talk with you that day.
well, ultimately, because this is how I initially felt, was why would you kill the core soul of the project? The purpose of the whole project was the faucet. Now, you stopping that is a pretty bad move. That's initially what I thought, but then as I took a breath, I got to step back. I was like,
took a break.
Okay, yeah. I was like, hey, what does it mean to us now? We're already in it, right? And a lot of us here have been in it for long haul since the beginning. So what do we do with it? And so my real intention, my genuine, sincere intention, is to give opportunity to the people. That's why we built Potluck, right? Was to help the actual protocol. However, if the protocol has changed, it did a 180 in perhaps a good way. We don't know. We'll see in a few years. I see what's happened. This is just my personal opinion, okay? I remember with a few years back with Elephant, or this was last year, like early last year, I guess. It's a few years back. It seems like forever in crypto, right?
Yeah.
Everything moves so. But when the exploit happened with Elephant, everything just tanked, and everybody just said screw BT, and he's a scammer, and he just took all the it was really him. Okay, who knows? However, I was deep into Elephant. I was very, very deep. I've been deep ever since before Flow, and so I was with Save. I made a bunch of Tron and all that stuff in the DeFi space on the Tron chain, right? And but what happens then? So you got to reassess. You got to step back, reassess everything. Okay, what's our next move? But I never let go of Elephant, knowing that okay, it's happened. So what's going to happen now? What do I foresee, or what can I? I can't make real predictions, but I'm just going to hold on to Elephant. And I had a bunch of trunk that was stuck in Stampede, and it's still there. And you're talking about a lot of friggin' money, and it's good that it's going up a little bit in price. I mean, Big Bertha's doing his thing, and it has been doing its thing. And that's what I was telling you, Danny. Right? Just be patient.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it took a big dump. And now just keep accumulating, keep DCing in. If you believe in the project and if you believe in a developer. A lot of people are like, well, one developer screws up, forget, I'm never going to trust them again. I mean, I've also been in the space long enough to know that every developer is never perfect, right? And there's always bugs in every single software that's released. I'm talking software. Every single app, every single thing, there's always releases, there's always updates, whether you're on PC or Mac, there's always updates, meaning there's always ways to improve on systems.
Let me add in, if you don't find a problem with the developer, run.
Yes.
Like that's dangerous.
I'm not gonna bring up any names.
Wrong here. We're the best of the business. Like
I'm not gonna bring up any names,
have
but
bad days.
Absolutely, been there, done that. And
I drink too much, so don't. I drink too much. I'm a dev. I drink too much, so don't run away from me.
Yeah. So, but the way I look at it now, Elephant's doing his thing. Yes, it's like it's the biggest thing again. Everybody's back to Elephant. I'm like, well, okay, well, why did you leave in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I feel. It's like, okay, everybody's saying, oh, BT shit, Elephant's crap, or whatever. Those people are now back in eating their words. So I'm always saying I never want to eat my words. So I'm never going to say anything bad about a protocol. I just got to do what I need to do personally to kind of protect my portfolio. So
okay, can I add to that just for a second?
Go ahead,
bro. Just for a second, because I was in the chats of Crypto Unlimited 22 earlier, and one of the guests on there was OX, and it was OX, and they were talking about, okay, do you think that along the lines of, okay, with everything that's happening with Drip and Animal Farm, etc., can Forex really actually redeem himself as a dev? After all of this, well, then you got to look at that. The devs are on cycles as well as the programs. Okay, the dApps are all and cryptos on a cycle, and so are the devs. I mean, if you look back, okay, Forex has probably hit an all-time low at the moment. Okay, in regards to his not so much credibility, but the community sentiment towards Forex at the moment, it's kind of at an all-time low. Whereas, and people are going, oh, will he be able to redeem himself? Well, then you go and flip that coin to the other side, and you look at BT and where he was back then, and everyone was against BT back then, but look at him now.
That's what I'm saying, man. I told you that. I look at crypto and all the protocols the same thing, the same way I look at the music industry. You got Beyonce #1 for so long or whatever, and then all of a sudden she dies down, and then you got Taylor Swift coming up, and she's #1. What happened to Beyonce? She's still there, right? She's just building.
And it was the same as Prince and Michael Jackson, right? Same thing.
Right, exactly. And so they're all taking
do not compare those. No.
Yes, you do.
I know. Yeah. But
that was a different time. Saying, oh, Allen Iverson was better, or whatever, like.
Yeah. But
no, I like horse and buggy versus an airplane. Okay.
So, yep. Okay, back to where you were going. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, and that's a really good point. I do agree. And you look at devs, and the heads of these projects and protocols as what are they doing? Yeah, they built something great, perfect. They've improved on each other. That's all they're doing. Right, you're just taking what someone else built and making improvements to make it even better. So drip is not the best thing that ever happened. No, that's a copy of basically Flow, right? And Flow was basically a copy of Tron-Chain, and Tron-Chain was a copy of blah 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 blah. It goes back and forth, like So it's a progression of. And now, how do I feel about drip? When I look at it, it looks like it's a deflationary token now. We don't know what's going to happen with it, but you could actually, and we've had the ability to program and develop smart contracts, and whether it's just games or solutions using the token. So if you got big bags in drip, I wouldn't sell it. You can sell it if you want. It's really up to you. I'm personally not selling mine. I have let go of quite a bit, right? But I'm going to play it just the way I played Elephant. Just be patient with it. And wait for all these. The difference is Elephant is programmed by BT. We're relying on one person to develop and give us, some glory and some hope, right? But with drip, look at what's happening right now. The community is starting to build. And when you have that happening, that gets pretty exciting, right? So it's like all these people that are building for the drip token, which is deflationary now, right? Now, eventually, do you think the price is going to go up? There's a pretty good chance. How long will it take? It might take a while, because you still got these big whales that are pulling out every day from the faucet. So what is the end token amount going to be? We don't know. 100 million, 200 million? We don't know. But all we do know is once the last faucet account is stopped, that's when we're going to see a lot of action. Right. Yeah. And all these whales that have 30 million and 40 million in their wallets, wait until they're all going to hold until price action happens. Right. So my take on it is we just keep building. And I look at it as a Bitcoin that is almost programmable, where you could program solutions. You can't program solutions on Bitcoin, on the network itself. Right. Well, ultimately they're working towards that. But I mean, right now you can't. But with drip, you can. So I would look at it that way.
Yeah. I guess, okay, so, let's get back a little bit to DPL. Okay. Now, we got to look at that and go, okay, this, we developed that specifically to help the drip community. Okay. And to help drip itself. And it's not a case of build it and they will come. Okay. Definitely not. Basically what, how that survived has been based on the drip community itself. And so any other program that's being built or any other games or any other use cases are going to be built for drip. I think that the focus on marketing for all those things has to be outside of drip. Okay. And to support drip, it's going to have to be the byproduct of actually what's being produced, because you look at it this way. I mean, you look at DDD was there. It was created for drip. Okay. And I think earlier, like the main prize was like 40 drip or something like that. What the hell are you going to do with 40 drip? Okay, because again, that's the same people. You're just recycling the same people. Same with Drip Pot Luck. Drip Pot Luck, we did it, and people asked for it. We launched it when we launched it, and it was great for the first couple of weeks, and then now it's just like died off. Okay, because again, it's the same people that are using it over and over and over and again. So in anything that's going to help Drip in the future, I think it needs to be marketed to people outside of Drip. Okay, for it to have any effect. Any major effect, and disagree if you will, anyone that's out there, but I mean, that's it. It already goes to show. We've got DDD, we've got Drip Pot Luck, we've now got Marble Run that's going to be launching, or it has launched, I'm not 100% sure, you know. But what happens with anything like that, the novelty will wear off. Okay, B just dropped off. I maybe she'll come back in, but the novelty wears off. Initially it's like, oh wow, this is awesome, but the question lies there. People that are paying that are playing Drip Pot Luck, are you playing it because you're playing it to help Drip, or are you playing it to win some B&B for yourself? There's the question, right?
Well, it should be both.
It should be both.
I'm not here to just give people my money. I also would like to make some money, but that's kind of the gambling side of it and risk taking.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have to risk 30 million in a shot. You could, it's moderation with, like everything, right?
Be there.
It kind of almost seems like right now that, people are tying in DPL to Drip itself. And with the Drip sentiment being so far down like that right now, it's kind of dragging everything down, I believe.
So what we're doing, our plan with the reason why we haven't done any disbursements is because we feel like putting into the tax vault would not make any real sense at this point. We're just giving people more liquidity, right?
Right.
Like I said in the beginning, the reason why we built DPL was for the people, for us, everybody on this call, everybody watching, everybody who's put their time and effort and hard-earned money into Drip. We want to target them. Now, do we burn? If we burn right away, it's just going to help these other whales that are already there. And this is the difference with Bitcoin and Drip. I know you can't compare both tokens, but with Drip, you're starting now on another kind of deflationary token, but you're starting with a bunch of whales. So what do you do about that? Meaning every single move that we make, we're just helping the whales more. When I just personally want to help everybody else like us. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather help the people that have gotten in late. For example, you want to call it late, buying at $100 or more dollars or whatever. I want those people to survive. So we have thrown out ideas, and we're able to develop certain ways where we could then take the fees and turn that into something where the people who are supporting DPL and playing it and will ultimately also earn from it. So there may be a little alpha right there, bro. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
there you go.
So one, it's not going to be just Drip Pot Luck, right? We're obviously going to be expanding into the other main protocols, ones that people have accepted and are a part of. But at the same time, our main focus is to help the people that are supporting the community. So if there is, I'll just say it, if there is some sort of staking mechanism, right? A staking feature within DPL where the people who are playing, or even if you're not playing, you could basically own a piece of DPL.
Yep.
So those are my thoughts. And that's why we have not done any disbursements, because when we do a disbursement, we want to make sure it counts. And we want to make sure it counts for everybody who matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There have been a lot of feedback on DPL talking about, well, you should go on Chainlink and all that stuff. When in fact, I mean, the only reason why you'd want Chainlink is, correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's saying, go on Chainlink and will support you, is basically what? Because you want another oracle to choose a random number generator, right? There are ways to exploit any type of, even if you go to Chainlink, it's still exploitable, if you want to call it that, right?
Yep.
But now the way the smart contract was built for DPL, I would offer this challenge to people, because we do need bug bounties. Try to exploit it. and try to see if the random number generator doesn't work. So if the random number generator actually works and the smart contract works, why would you think about going to Chainlink and spending $2, $3 on one game for fees alone? It doesn't make sense, right? So it's we're trying to keep it a little neutral, and there is that kind of give and take. However, if you're looking at the smart contract code, okay, I'm talking nerd now. If you're really looking at the smart contract code, it's solid enough where, again, try to exploit it.
It's very solid, bro. I mean, we've already done 2 upgrades because of that, and I haven't hidden the fact that when we did it, we saw that people were trying to exploit the system, and we were able to fix that. Okay, so yes, check it out. If you want to, check it out. Try to exploit the system. Okay,
because we want to make sure that
whatever you do, if you're able to do that, we will provide a fix.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so so now if people are saying, "Oh, we're not going to do it unless you're on Chainlink with their VRF,"
let's open that up. Let's open that up. Because when you're talking about exploits, that doesn't mean that all the money is going to be stolen from the smart contract. It's not that. No. That smart contract is solid enough where no one could just go in there and just steal all the money, right? The only one that can steal all the money really is Danny. So if that happens, blame Danny. I'm kidding. No. And of course we're not here for that. The whole point is to have a fair game for everybody that plays. If anybody's into these type of games, everybody to have a fair game. And there was an opportunity where people could kind of what they call front run. And so they could kind of get ahead to see if they would win or not. And since then, if you notice the upgrades that we've made 2, it's ultimately just stopped that. It blocked that, right? So it's almost I don't want to say anything's impossible, but it's quite solid. And again, we're more than happy difficult. And welcoming all the other devs. Please stress test it, right? It's all for us, right? It's open source. You guys look.
I got to laugh at that one, bro. I mean, I like Blue Chip messaged me as well. Blue Chip Drip, shout out to you, brother. I don't know where you are tonight, but Blue Chip Drip mentioned that he messaged me and he goes, bro, all of my transactions are failing, and it was because with the things with Binance recently, a lot of people had to convert like their MetaMask to do Gwei at 3.91 or 3.19 Gwei for the transaction to go through. Now, if you try to use 3.91 Gwei on Drip Pot Luck, it's not going to work. It's going to fail, right? And the reason that happened is that we had to adjust and set a maximum gas on DPL so that people could not front run. Because I mean, lucky, we laughed about this. Someone tried to use 60 Gwei to try to front run, because if you do a higher Gwei, so you're paying a higher gas fee, it'll speed up the transaction. Okay, so it's trying to front run and get in before somebody else does. Okay, and it kept failing. 60 Gwei, so that's like $10 a transaction.
Yeah, just wasting money.
Which is crazy because it was still sending us his bet, right? So I saw that as a funny thing. But so yeah, they're the little things that we have to put into place. So and we are very aware of that. We monitor and we know what's going on. So yeah, sorry, bro. I just had to add that one in. That anyone that was out there that was having issues with trying to do Drip Pot Luck, and you had your MetaMask, if you're using MetaMask, where it was set to 3.91, it would fail.
And the main thing now is like, okay, well, if I'm not into Drip anymore, and that's the reason why I was playing DPL, because I'm not supporting Drip as much as I would. You could go back to those people and say, well, it is going to support Drip, but ultimately kind of support us at the same time, right? Because now we're going to get a piece. We're going to get involved in the success of DPL, and actually, we're going to make the right moves. We want to make the right moves to help us, not the whales, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, you heard it right here. A little bit of alpha from my boy Crypto Lucky. So I'm going to drink to that one.
Alak-Azul, man.
Alak-Azul. Dripology in the chats, brother. Good to see you. So he's listening but driving, so can't chat here though. Awesome, brother. Thank you. And it's a little bit later in Australia. It's, I think, from where you are, bro. They've just gone to daylight savings today, so they're another hour ahead compared to normal. So there you go. So yeah, that's our thing on Drip Potluck. Drip Potluck, bro. We're not going to do a disbursement for. Well, we won't wait 100 days to do some kind of a disbursement.
You know, ideally, we'd like to wait until the final decision is made because anything could change in any instant. So if we take what we have now, and it's not a whole bunch, but it's enough to make a difference for the people. Yep. You know, but if we're able to utilize the B&B that we have there to help the people, then so much better. I'd rather wait until the change is officially made, right?
Yeah. And the thing with that, guys, for anyone that is watching, they go, oh, why hasn't there been any disbursements of staff? Are these guys like taking the money and putting it into their own pocket? I mean, you know, I've got to laugh at that.
I wish.
But, you know, that's definitely not the case. And again, we're very transparent. So you can see exactly, you know, where things are with the accounts, and you can look at all the addresses, etc., etc. Lucky, can you just take over just for a sec? I just got to deal with this person at the gate. Be right back.
Yeah, so we again, ever since the beginning, we've always wanted your feedback, and we've listened to it. I know in the beginning we got a lot of pushback, you know, with the burn, and then now all of a sudden the burn is like the most genius thing that we could do. But I mean, you know, so things change. We wanted to kind of keep it balanced. But we also really need the community's opinions and support as well. You know, Animal Farm, will it do well? Well, definitely. I mean, I do have 100% confidence in Forex's abilities. Decision making, you know, he makes decisions based on what he feels is the best. It's just like every other developer. So we can't knock on him all the time. But he has built and helped a lot of people with Drip. We have to admit that. So with that, you know, am I supporting Animal Farm? Absolutely. Right. Have I supported Elephant ever since BT? I always call him an asshole. Like he's a dick, but he's a great dev and he's built something amazing. So am I supporting him? Absolutely. So are we going to have something to open up? You know, will it be just DPL as Drip Potluck, or will it be something else, right? Where you're able to choose which protocol you want to support? Absolutely.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, we're looking at that. Again, anything to help the people, anything to give opportunity to people. That's it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Totally. The burn mechanism was needed from the beginning of Drip. You know what? I'm going to put this up there. We'll add Zach back. Burn mechanism was needed from the beginning of Drip, and absolutely, and it should have been. And you know what? Initially, that was actually mentioned. In my crypto, I don't know when you got into Drip, brother. I don't know when you got into Drip, but obviously I was here in day one, and same with Lucky and that. But you know, initially in the beginning, that was actually supposed to be a thing. Burning was supposed to be happening from the onset, right? Lucky, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So
it didn't happen, and unfortunately, what happened is that the dev wallet got so big that it was kind of like going to be. It was going to affect things anyway, right? And that should have been happening at that time, but yeah, it should have been, and we probably wouldn't be in the same situation as we are now. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. So we can't go back and change those things. So
no, you can't. Well, not with Drip, we can't, but we can.
No, we can't.
I'm excited to see what
December
else
2021
is developed. I can't. Yeah. I'm too excited to see what the next one's going to be. Yes, we see the weaknesses of Tron Chain, of Flow, of Drip, and all the other forks and copycats. We see all the weaknesses. Now, who's going to develop something a lot more solid? Obviously, there needs to be outside income coming in. There's no question about that. So how do you build a system where you could earn really decent percentage? If you stick to 1% a day, we already know it's sustainable to a certain point until it's not. right?
Yep.
So how do you?
It pays until it pays, right?
It pays until it pays. How do you then feed off or earn income from other sources, other real use cases, other real solutions to then feed into the system, right? So whether it's a variable daily rate, sure, I take that over a 1% a day for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be as exciting, but it's going to be a lot more real and a lot more solid.
Yeah.
Just like Drip has been a lot more solid than Flow was. Just like Flow was a lot more solid than Tron Chain was.
Right? Well, I mean, that's the point too, brother. I mean, is it really exciting? How do we define exciting? Okay. Do we find exciting because of risk, or do we find exciting as in where we can be in the future? You know, that's the thing we gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, it's exciting also to actually make a little bit less to make more in the future, instead of, something that's going to give me a really fast return. I'm going to have to stress to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean.
How do you
Doug,
guys
what do you think?
Doug, Big Beauty.
My whole thing is I'm impatient, like I've mentioned before.
Shed a tear because I'm missing you.
I'm exactly like Lucky. When I first heard about everything that was happening with it and the faucet was shutting down, like I was swearing up one side and down the other. I mean, that's why I got into Drip, was to, reap those benefits and things. But now sitting back and looking at it and seeing what's coming up, and like, well, I should be building a bigger bag now and just hanging on and seeing what's going to come, because I do think it's going to come back up again. And when it does, then everybody will be happy again, but it'll take a little bit.
It's funny. Well, a while back, I did message Forex, but he responded not directly, but he responded to the AMA, where there is a hole. I would say a hole. I mean, no, it's great. I mean, I'm not putting Drip down, but we do know the weaknesses, right? Or the limited kind of potential of it. There are ways to help, but he mentioned on the AMA that we're not changing the core code of Drip. So I said, okay, well, there's my answer. Because if it was built a certain way with a couple features that would kind of almost minimize the amount of inflation or eliminate it, it would be a lot better. And yes, do we want to build it? We'll see, right? But I mean, it seems like people are getting tired of this whole 1% a day thing as well, right? There are other ways to earn. You can go to Cosmos right now, earn a good 20-30%, right? Whoever's in DeFi, if you're not in Cosmos, then that's something you also want to look into.
Yeah,
you don't. Pancake Swap is not the only thing out there, right? There's other protocols, other chains, other good programs out there. But I mean, you go back to BNB chain, for Drip. Yeah, shoot, there are other ways.
There are definitely other ways. And the thing is that anything we go with from here on, I mean, hey, whether it's us that develops it or other people that develop it, the thing is that we are starting off from a better position, right? It's not like we're starting totally afresh. We now have a freaking great community, right? A great community that is a little bit more educated than what they were when we first started off. So, I guess what I'm getting to there is that there's new beginnings, but our new beginnings are starting off from a better position.
Yep. Yeah.
This is not knocking Drip in any way, because I mean, hey, I'm still an amazing believer. I've great belief in Drip and where it can go from here moving forward. But now we have a community of like minds that actually want to make something of what we have. Okay. I don't know. I'm going a little bit off track. It's not because of the Alak-Azul, but because my mind is just going. It's actually racing 100 to 1. Here I'm talking about like our stream today being about give it a break. Right? Give yourself a break. but dude, I can't. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm giving myself a break, whereas I'm not working 24 hours, 7 days a week on this anymore. Right? you know, I am taking my time out. I was just playing music yesterday. I spent yesterday just adjusting my camera settings so it's nicer and adjusting my lights and stuff like that. And that just takes my mind off what we're doing with DPL and the other things that we're working on, and you know, etc. I need to do that. But
yeah,
I'm still excited about the long-term play.
Yep.
I'm getting so excited about the long-term play that I can't sleep at night.
You don't sleep anyway.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't sleep because, I mean, obviously, because we've been focusing so much on trying to build things for the community and helping everybody. Because our whole thing, Lucky and I, everything that we've done within the space has all been about helping people.
Yep.
I know it's cheesy, but that's true. Though.
Yeah, you know this. Todd is out there in the chats. You know this. Zach knows this. You know, B, you've come in a little bit later, you know, so you don't really know us from back then. But if you did, B, if you did, you would know that everything we do is about helping the people and helping the people within the organization. Look, this is why my face is out here.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not hiding.
I just haven't taken a shower. That's why I'm not showing my face.
Well, I can smell you from here, man.
I know. That's why. Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, if my face is on this camera, you get your ass on there too.
And here you go. This is NY Crypto.
Wait a minute. Did you just compare your ass to his face? That's all.
So my faith is in the community. If Forex redeems himself, then so be it. And if he doesn't, so be it as well.
He's just another nerd.
Matter. You know, that's the thing,
developer.
guys.
Great developer.
That's the thing. He's a great developer. But you know what? A lot of people actually take the developer and they put them as if they're a godlike figure.
Yep.
No developer is God.
No.
Right? No developer is God. And
in my personal opinion, Forex screwed himself when he started Forex Standard Time.
Well, yes, but Doug, you've got to look at it like we look at it differently because we're devs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And Forex Standard Time is actually not Forex Standard Time, is Dev Standard Time.
Okay, then let me reword that then. He maybe shouldn't have promised things that he couldn't follow through with. He should have not promised those things.
That's different.
Yeah, right? And I'll add on to that. And I sort of agree because he started comparing himself to Richard Hart. Where Richard Hart, after Hex, you talked about Pulse, and it took forever. So all he was doing was just going out there and just talking crap, you know, and sitting with his candles and stuff, which later turned into LV and watches and shit. But it's like he started marketing, so he's a marketing guy, and that's what Richard Hart became. So Forex ultimately thought he could do the same thing. However, it doesn't quite work that way because the communities are also different, right? The communities with the Hex is totally different from the Drip community, right? So
totally.
But no, kudos to him. I mean, both those guys, they've built some great things. So
absolutely.
But yeah, man. No, Dev Standard Time. Yeah, I understand that because there's always going to be
Dev Standard Time. Right. I'm actually just trying to pick up a couple of things here, and it's about like slow and steady growth, right? Slow and steady growth, and you can do it without the hype, right? I'm trying to look back on. Well, I don't know if it's going to come up on it over here, but when I find it, I'll share it with you. But as you guys know, I've always been just chilled on this channel, right? But I look at my background now compared to my streams like 3 years ago, dude. It's a world of difference, and I haven't had to hype to do that. Okay, and how I'm relating that to what we're talking about with Forex and even with BT, etc., is that, you know, I'm still the same person I am today to what I was like 3 years ago.
Yep.
And I think you need to maintain that. Okay. So I look back at a couple of the streams that I've done and I'm like, man, I'm in my workshop. I'm I got dirty hands. I'm using a shit camera. I'm using like, shit stuff here and there. And I'm just, my streams are about, does this microphone work? Or,
I've
right?
watched all those actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you watched a couple of those.
Your garage repair videos.
Oh man, yeah, my repair videos are we're working with bikes and stuff like that. So it's an evolution, right? And I've had comments like, "Oh, dude, your studio is like one of the best in the drip community," which I will proudly say, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
It is, man.
Todd,
It's it's nice.
Out there listening, now we have a goal. We got to make a little studio for these things.
There you go. Let's do it.
But at the end of the day, I'm still the same person. I've, even now, like we're a dev, we've done DPL, we're doing Alak-Azul, we're involved in this and that. But I'm still the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will speak with you in the same way that I was speaking with you like 3 years ago. Okay. And I think that's really important that devs need to take note of that and go, okay, I shouldn't be seeing myself as a fucking god. Excuse my language.
No,
right?
no. The difference is that you walk your horse in, and the horse doesn't walk you in. There's a difference. Like, you've paid your dues, you've done what you need to do, and be proud of what you've done. Because, like, that, unfortunately, I'm sorry, not everybody's gonna have everything blue. Like, it's a terrible color, but that's your choice. That's what you.
I can change it.
Send me some damn Alak-Azul, please. Gosh, I never.
I'll get remotes.
No, like I mean, honestly, like the camera thing you talked about, like I've switched my studio like 3 or 4 times. My studio's grabbing grass, but there was a time where I sat in that office. I can't do it. That's just not me. I had the cameras.
Yeah.
But then I got rid of them because it's not what it's okay to have me on grainy videos. Like, if you see me fall, like, did he fall or did he just skip? Yeah, that was probably just bad internet, right? Yeah. So, and that's probably best. But I get it. Like, it's fine. Like, be proud of it. Like, yeah, you do have a bomb ass studio, and I have it, but in red.
I'm literally, I'm going to try to find like a thing from the past here. While you're still talking, I'm going to try to find a thing from like way back when, which is it's going to be a bit of a mission to do so.
Get the night we were all with the boys and we were all riding that alpaca.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that one, bro.
Danny, it was I was.
That's the kind of video you gotta pay for.
I was sober, and I remember that.
That's another protocol. That's another
different project.
Yeah. But again, what I'm getting at is about slow and steady growth, right? Don't forget who you are. Never, ever forget who you are. And this still relates to our topics. Never forget who you are. Continue to be you. Doesn't matter if all of this changes in the background. Okay. And all of this in the background, thank you, Drip. This is because of Drip, right? All of this is because of Drip. But never lose sight of who you are. Always come back to basics and realize who you are and where you've come from. And again, man, like
that's right. That's right.
I can't find it here.
Like, I've completely said this before. Todd feels the same way, and we'll say it again. The reason we keep following this channel and keep talking to you guys and have become, friends with all of you is the down to earthness, the no bullshit attitude. You're gonna tell us if we're gonna being stupid. You're gonna tell us if we're doing good. I mean, it's straightforward. It's plain and simple. There's no bells and whistles. It's just, it is what it is. No. You are who you are, and that's what makes it special.
Well, that's exactly why they keep me around, is because they have a dog to kick when it's down, and I'm the horse that gives you the stick to poke when it's dead.
No, you're just the special portion.
Thank you so much. Hey, okay.
Asterisks.
On that note, the Alak-Azul Show runs every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. CST, 9:30 p.m. EST, 6:30 p.m. PST. In the Philippines, GMT +8. In Australia, it used to be +2 hours, but now in a lot of places in Australia, in the southern states, they've gone to daylight savings times since today. So they're like 3 hours ahead of us now. So 11:21 a.m. here is now 2:21 p.m. in Australia, right? So, you know, we've adjusted for all those time zones. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that, but
remember, tomorrow is today, and yesterday was today.
I'm just kind
If you're not on time,
I lost
you're
where I was
blue.
going with that. But yeah, in regards to the Alak-Azul channel, right? It's been the Alaktrician Man channel actually, and the channel started off as my random look at life through blue drinks, which is Alak-Azul, because I've been working on Alak-Azul since 2018. So my Sunday streams, my Sunday morning stream, Saturday night in the US, afternoons in Australia, that's really the Alak-Azul Show, which is really based around cryptocurrency. Okay. I'm actually going to start adding a few other days, which is the Alak-Azul Show, but on other topics as well. Okay. So it doesn't become redundant. I'm going to start doing other stuff like music and stuff like that. And I've had people asking me all the time, like about my studio setup, what microphones I use, what lighting I use, what I do for my audio, etc., etc. And I'm going to start talking about that. I have quite a few friends that I still have from when I was back in the day of being a recording artist. And there's a few of them that want to come onto the stream and start talking about their music and etc., etc. So I'm going to be doing shows about that. Yeah, so also like reviewing some of the equipment.
Episode of Barney and Friends, and you just haven't let it go.
but like, you know, I'm going to talk about things like where other people may want to start doing their own channels, their own YouTube channels and stuff like that. So you know, I can talk about like in regards to the setup, like how you put your lighting in the background, lighting in the front, etc., etc. Like for example, Doug, you got those awesome pink lights in the background there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great thing. But then if you had a little bit of light on the front, it would totally change the look of your whole environment there. So we're going to start talking about stuff like that. And more than anything, noise? You know why? You know why I want to do that? Because I want
good because it's late.
I want all of this equipment and I want a lot of it for free. If I start talking about that on my channels, then they'll send me equipment for free, right?
Nice.
How about we do a segment where I talk about it so that I can get it for free?
Yeah,
you get more, like more Halloween lights.
You just well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm never really gonna.
But like Zach, for example, okay, you messaged me a while back. Hey, bro, what was that camera that you were using? And blah blah blah. And I want to start talking about that because like people have been messaging me. What camera do you use on your streams? You know. Why is your audio so good? What do you use? Blah, blah, blah. And if people are wanting to start a channel as well, dude, I started from freaking, oh my God, it was shit. It was absolutely shit when I go back and look at it.
It comes down to, thanks for talking with Danny, you got, and I'll be here all week. Alak-Azul is on a regular time. Prairie Public Batch, you know, whatever.
Zach, do you realize how many subscribers you would have had if you start a Zach of All Trades YouTube channel?
Hey, we were going to start a Zach token a while ago.
Yeah,
it didn't do well. I remember that. It did not do well.
Well, no, we didn't go ahead with it.
Well,
but
I know,
if we did a Zach meme token right back then, dude, we'd be all millionaires right now.
Except for me, the guy they're making fun of.
No, we can do the Zach token, right? Oh. Did you notice, like in the last week, they did a Blame Ray token? Did you see that shit? Blame Ray token. It went like boom, and then it dumped.
Wow.
Yeah. Blame Ray token. Isn't that fucking crazy?
There's a new Drip community channel out there that's got a Blame Ray section in it.
Yeah. That's the unofficial chat, which I really like and I support them.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah. Hey, okay. DeFi Academy, NY Crypto. Yeah. Great time to start making crypto related content. You know what, brother? Talk to me. Let's talk about it offline. Let's start a new channel.
Yeah.
Let's start a new channel. I'll support you. Let's do it on another day of the week or whatever, midweek or whatever, maybe a Saturday night. No, not a Saturday night, a Friday night where you are. Let's do it, man. Let's collaborate. And I'm happy to talk about that,
Absolutely.
Great time to start making crypto related content.
See,
let's do it.
Going back to what Big Beauty said earlier, kind of stepping back and kind of focusing on other things outside of crypto. I say yes. At the same time, when things are down, I get excited. Again, I know it's bad to say, it may be bad to say, but I kind of learned it from my own father. My father's been great, but he's always said to me, which I know you've heard this many times from elsewhere. It's like, if you really want to be successful, do what others are not doing.
Yes,
that's what it comes down to. So if everybody's crying, make sure you're laughing. When everybody's stopped, make sure you're running. If everybody's standing up, make sure you're sitting down. There's something wrong. Just do whatever everybody else is not doing. So if people like DeFi Academy, yes, it is a great time to do that. Yes, it is for the time to focus, refocus, and get excited. Is it time to step away from crypto? Absolutely, you need it. If you've been burnt out, you need that time. But knowing that crypto is here to stay and you're not leaving crypto, this is the time to build. This is your time to build.
Absolutely.
Right? This is your time to shine.
Yeah. I'm going to put this up here. DeFi Academy, I'm all for it, brother. Bro, you know what? Later on, hit me up. I mean, get me on Telegram. I don't know if you've added me on Telegram or whatever. Get me on Telegram. Let's organize a Zoom and let's really discuss that. If you want to, I'm going to help support you and you help support me. We'll start a whole new channel and just talk about that and talk about, new content for crypto. Okay. We can continue to do that. I still do this show, but I'm also going to be adding other stuff as well to the channel. I mean, I'm here all day anyway, so I may as well be doing other stuff. But man, let's do it. Let's collaborate, bro. Let's collaborate. I know you're really active in regards to the Twitter space or the X space. And man, I'd love to do some stuff with you. So let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Now, I was on a Zoom call. Nelly, I don't know if you're still out there, but listen to this one. I was on a Zoom call. Blue Chip Drip messaged me the other day and he said, hey, bro, can we actually do a Zoom? I want to talk to you about this and that. I want to start learning more about passive income. I want to do more in crypto outside of Drip, et cetera. Can we do a Zoom? And I said, yeah, sure, bro. So we scheduled a Zoom meeting and he brought in Big T, which is actually his upline in Drip from way back, and they took a step away from it. So we brought Big T into the Zoom meeting. We had a Zoom meeting the other morning and we discussed like different opportunities and stuff like that. And it was actually a really, really freaking cool meeting. Okay. And then the morning after, obviously because of time frames, the morning after, he sent me a video on a video that he did while he was driving his car. He sent that to me on Telegram and he talked about, the things that we discussed in the meeting a few hours before. And he came up with some pretty freaking amazing things. Okay. Because I did mention, and lucky I'm going to put this out there on the stream, but I did mention that, over the past couple of years, people have reached out to us and say, hey, why don't you guys do your own drip? Right. And I know you're on mute, Lucky, but I would like to have kind of like your
No, I said, I mentioned a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, why don't you guys do your own drip? Well, one, we don't want to do our own drip, but we've got so much experience in it already that we've seen what's happened and we know where we can make a few additions and corrections and modifications that will probably make it a little bit more sustainable than what it is. Right. And this is not just about, just me and Lucky, but we obviously have a team and we've got people reaching out to us all the time and saying, let's do this and let's do that. This is not taking away from Drip. Don't get me wrong. This is not taking away from Drip. Drip is what it is. Okay. And no matter what anyone says, it still is the king of DeFi, in my opinion, in regards to ROI dApps. It still is. Okay. Absolutely. But we can make improvements of it. And we're not talking about just doing a fork. It's not about creating another Furor or a Splassive or whatever. something that they did bring up, he did bring up, and it's just food for thought. Not that we're doing it, but it's food for thought. And I'm gonna reach out to the community to actually make a little bit of a comment on this, and everyone else on the stream. Imagine if you had something like an ROI DAP, which has similar functionality, but with additions to help sustainability, but it was a club-only platform. The comment from Blue Chip Drip the other day was like, okay, you know what kills a lot of these ROI dApps is one, either the dev is a fucking idiot and he rug pulls, or the dev's not reliable, or two, the community is fucked. Okay, because you have all these people fudding and stuff like that. Now, what if you created another dApp where you actually selected who came in? You selected the people that didn't FUD the system, or the people that were a little bit more educated and understood the system. So you are selective of who you actually add into the system. I don't know. Give me your feedback, guys. What do you think? If there was a way that you could only bring in positive people, I know long term it's going to weed itself into it anyway. There's going to be negative people that come in, but if you could do that like a closed environment,
yeah.
Lucky, what do you think?
A key there, whether it's club only or mechanics.
Yeah,
I think you could accomplish the same thing with them if you adjust the mechanics a little bit. It comes down to, like, if you think of drip, what is it? You put $100 in, it's going to give you $1 a day back, right? And so it's ultimately delayed kind of gratification, right? And it's going to keep giving it to you. The question has always been, where does that money come from? If I put in $100, but you give me $365, where does that come from? And that's the question that I've always asked for every type of program that I get into. I'm always asking, okay, how do you make your money? And if they can't answer that, then ultimately it's really not a good program, right? To get into, you kind of got to be weary about it.
But as you know, brother, it's like this. Okay, we always talked about it way back in the beginning. Based on the normal tokenomics, okay, the base tokenomics, even of drip. Every single person that comes into drip is communicating directly with the smart contract. They're not like, if it's one person in drip or 100 million people in drip, the contract is still going to do what it's going to do. Right. So if you look at that, and if you had that proper use case outside to create external revenue for that particular thing, it wouldn't matter if there's 1, 2, 10, 5, 1,000, 100,000 people.
Correct.
It's still going to generate the same thing, because what you're using is an active treasury to generate income from the outside, right?
That's correct. That's exactly where the keyword is.
The active treasury, right? So if you had that in the form of like a club environment where you have to prove yourself before you're able to come in, how much benefit would that be? That would benefit the whole club community.
Well,
right
now you're talking So now you're talking governance. So adding governance to protocol would definitely make sense.
But governance of people with the same mind. Okay, you could create a DAO. You could create a DAO, and you have this governance based on people with the same like mind. They don't want to deal with fudders. Okay, we don't want to deal with fudders. Okay, the WhatsAppers or fudders or whatever, like Crypto Tiger does, right? So you have it as a club environment. It's like in the real world, you have like, a gentleman club or a secret society or whatever, and everyone in their benefits. Okay. To get into those clubs or into the fraternities or whatever, you have to go through like an initiation process to get into it. But once you're in it, you're winning. Okay. The tokenomics can still be the same. You can still generate revenue the same way we would with a public DApp. Okay. But now you've got strong hands. You don't have paper hands.
So the question still lies in, how are they going to make money? So whatever money comes in, even with the I agree.
Again,
Keeping it tight that way is yes. So now you have money, but you just don't want it to circulate amongst your peers, or because you're just moving money from one to another, right? So the
no, but
question is,
obviously there still has to be, and this is why, like DeFi Academy just said, okay, external revenue is the key. So yes,
Yes.
definitely, and it goes like, sign me up, long-term investors only. Yes. Okay, and you know, lucky we can do this. We already have the technology and we already have the resource to be able to do this. But if we put it into that scenario where, okay, we've got the strong hands that are in this, and the strong hands actually have the same opinion and the same end goal, we can do this, right? We're talking about anything that we do with external revenue. Okay, we still got to take it out. We got to generate income from other, like in the DeFi space. We've got to generate income from other things, whether it be Pancake Swap or whether it be into other DeFi projects or whatever. And each one will balance it out. If this one's not working well, this one will be working well at that time, etc., etc. Now you're doing this to a closed community as opposed to just a general public. Dude, it's gonna freaking work. Right? Again, in my opinion, I see you, Doug. I see you nodding your head. Do you actually kind of see what I'm trying to get with there?
I kind of see where you're trying to get with it. My thing kind of leads back to what Lucky said too, about you're just moving money from one person to another. You know, you need that external revenue and those outside coming in.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll bring this up here again. I'll bring this up here again. Okay, external revenue. You know what? When you've got the paper hands are not going to bring in the external revenue. You got the strong hands that are going to bring in the external revenue. Yeah. So that answers that question, right? Because it's a closed environment and an enclosed group.
I almost thought of Drip as that in the beginning, when you had to have, you know, you had to be invited in with a buddy address and things like that. That's almost kind of what it seemed like at the beginning.
Yeah, but the problem with Drip is that there was no mandatory thing that you had to do to help support liquidity.
True.
Okay. Now, if they had something that was mandatory, which means that they have to put in reservoir.
Yep.
Okay. Then that would have changed things like dramatically.
Okay, you just gave out what I was saying earlier. But yes, that's exactly what I shit. It's basically ultimately, if
you said it, okay, so
fucking guy. Anyways, it's all good. It's all good. Because it's open. I mean, anybody could build this, right? But that is one of the key elements that was missing. Because I could just be an influencer, which a lot of these guys are, and I don't want to say all the names, but all the big YouTubers that have made a lot of money off Drip. Yes, you cannot deny the reason why you made a bunch of shitload of money on Drip was because you started a YouTube channel and you just got a bunch of people to use a referral link, and then after that you basically sat pretty and just sit back and started rolling and creating new accounts, and ultimately it just didn't stop. So who are the ones inflating the price? The whales are, the people who got in the beginning. And the reason why Drip reached that price was because you have to remember one of the key features of the Drip token was that 1 million mark.
Yes.
And that's why it was squeezed so much to the point where we know that there's only 1 million left. There's only how much left? There's only, it's the actual available supply is less. Once that bubble popped, that's when everything started turning around. Again, I'm not getting mad at those influencers or anything. I'm saying more power to you. You did what was right? You played the game right. Now, what does that leave everybody else? Does it end up being a little more of Posonomics after that? Perhaps not. Like, I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying, like, we have to understand the a little deeper on what is causing the fluctuation in prices. Not just people just dumping and all these fudders and stuff. Yes, that is a big part, but really, if you look at it, those fudders, they don't have enough power to move the price. The people who have the power to move the price are the whales, right? Are the people at the other end of the spectrum that were here from day one that built a bunch of accounts. And are we guilty of it too? Like, could we been part of the problem? Perhaps. I don't know. I felt cool when in the beginning when I would sell and I see the price move, right? I mean, you know, and oh, hey, it moved up a couple cents, and as soon as I sold, so hey, I made a difference. But it's so be it. We are where it is. What it is. We are where we are now. So the question is, okay, with another protocol being built in the future, what are the key elements that need to be in place to improve upon something, an ROI program like Trip, whether it be invite only or private club, whether it be the forced reservoir stuffing? Absolutely, that's exactly what I told Forex.
Yep.
I said, if you're going to do a drip V2, make sure that in order for me to receive 10% or 5%, 10% commission, I need to have a certain percentage, you know, equated amount in my reservoir in order to do. If I don't, then my commission, my referral commission could drop to even 1%.
Yep.
So be it. That's a lot more fair. Why give me a full 10% if all I'm doing is just referring people and then just eating off it, while everybody else is trying to attain the same thing? No, I was first, so I'm going to be a lot better in a lot better position than you are. But if I'm forced now, in order to receive commission, referral commissions, I will need to stuff my reservoir or make sure my reservoir is heavy and it helps the system. Yes, that is one key element and one key feature that could be programmed into a future, you know, ROI program.
Just on the simplest form, let's say for example, I know I'm probably and Lucky's going to go, you fucking idiot, you shouldn't be saying this.
Stop drinking. I'm kidding.
No, but for example, right? All these referral rewards that people have been receiving over all of these years, what if those referral rewards or the value of those referral rewards didn't actually go to Faucet? What if those referral rewards had gone to Reservoir? We'd be in a totally different situation.
Yeah.
Right? What if? Again, I'm just putting it out there, just for conversation's sake, right?
Now's your time to dream, guys. Now's your time to dream.
Think about that.
Think deep.
Think about that. I'm gonna shout out again to DeFi Academy, NY Crypto. What do you think of that, bro? Give us your feedback. The people that are out there in the stream right now and out there in the chats, give us your thoughts on that. Give it a little bit of thought and go, okay, well, holy shit, that actually makes sense. Okay. Not saying we're building it, not saying anything like that, but just presenting some ideas. And this is just a back and forth conversation, right?
So you're not building it?
No, now it's open to the community.
Well, maybe, but you know, look at that. Okay. Would that, I want your opinions. Anyone that's out there in the chat, I want your opinion. Would that, in your mind, would that have changed our situation with drip right now if that had been implemented in the beginning? Okay.
I personally think it would have slowed down inflation dramatically because people wouldn't actually be pulling out as much. However, it still comes down to external utility and revenue.
Yes, but also, bro, if, for example, if there had been another factor that was implemented that would limit the amount that you could withdraw on a daily basis, like what ArcFi did, but with this mechanism in place. So you couldn't, it's an anti-whale dumping mechanism that was implemented into the system. So, you know, okay, you have like 100,000 drip sitting in your account, but you can only sell X amount per day. Would that have been enough? You know what I mean? Would that have been enough? Again,
it would just delay the inevitable. That's what it would ultimately.
Well, yeah, delay the inevitable. But the thing is that is delaying the inevitable. But it also, if there was another external factor, an external revenue generating thing that was put into place, would that have given it? Okay, let's say you have 100,000 drip in there, but you can only take out 20,000. That gives another X amount of time to be able to utilize that 80,000 worth of drip to actually generate more revenue.
It may have stopped it quite a bit from dumping so heavily too, and getting that negative sentiment among new people coming in.
Yeah, so
you wouldn't see it dump off all of a sudden and sit there and keep on dumping for a while. I mean,
now, if you do the calculations, and this is good because
Hey, Scott, thanks for joining the stream.
Yeah.
Yes, plus a burn mechanism. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that we brought up in the very beginning as well. However, I mean, if what was I going? Doug, you just said something.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Again, this is just an open discussion, and I think this makes for great content because it's an open discussion, right? So if we had these things in place and as a combined thing for these things to happen, would we be in a different position today? And in my mind, I believe we would be.
Yep.
Yeah.
In
hindsight, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, hindsight is 2020, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Here, in hindsight, there are many improvements that can be made today. Okay, which brings us back to the same thing. What if we built something?
Well, you opened it up now, so I mean,
what if? Yeah. I'm not saying we did. Right. I'm not saying we did. I'm not saying we are.
Bro, before drip came out, you remember us talking about that.
Yes.
And there are mechanisms, and maybe that's good we didn't build it at the time because we see even more weaknesses and possibilities, right? So everything comes in, when it's supposed to happen. So, I mean, hey, if the community decides that, hey, let's add this, or will this work? Let's all do the calculations and build it, right? How are we going to make money? What are the external revenue utilities that are going to be out there?
Bro, it's one thing to mention it. It's one thing to mention it like I've just done, but to actually build it is another totally different thing, right?
Of course. And if you try to add too many safeguards and features, it may not be as attractive, right?
Yeah,
it may not be attractive if you have too much of a burn. So my potential commissions or earnings will be a lot less. It's not going to be 1% a day, right?
No, but it'll last longer.
It'll last a lot longer. You can have an anti-whale that really works, right? You could have the burn mechanism. You could have the mandatory liquidity building. But yeah, something to think about, everybody.
Definitely.
Look at a lot of projects that are out there right now. There's a lot of projects that aren't even paying you 1% a day, and people are going crazy for them.
Yeah.
It could definitely be less than 1%, and you're still making something.
I agree. I agree, Todd. And it brings us back to what we talked about in the beginning, where we were all spoiled with drip. And
absolutely.
Right? And Chain with 1% a day. We've been spoiled. So let's be grateful that we've been exposed to it. Whatever price point you got in, now you were exposed to it, knowing that there's going to be better stuff built in the future, right? And we're talking about one possible one right now. So
so again, this is just an open discussion. This is nothing confirmed. This is not saying, hey, we're doing this or anything.
In the meantime, again, you go to Cosmos, you're getting 20-30%, right?
Yeah,
that's still something a lot better than the bank. You go to Pancake Swap, you're getting better than the bank, right? So I mean,
totally,
it's out there. Crypto is not just drip.
Crypto is the new retirement.
ROI. It is.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen out there in the stream, if you have any questions, please ask away. We've been going out for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. I'm going to let it go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to call it. But what an interesting conversation we've had today. Okay, this is not just about drip or elephant or whatever, and we've related to that. But I think more than anything, it's just like just opening it up to a forum, and Doug, what do you think? Give us your thoughts on what we've discussed today so far. I know you came in late.
I don't know. It's all quite interesting. I think there's a lot of good points being brought up, and I'm excited to see what you and Lucky do in the future here. I think there's going to be some big things to watch out for. Sitting here planning how Todd and I are going to be building bags to be ready for that. and yeah, just browsing around different projects and seeing what else is out there. I know you talked about diversifying before, so we've definitely been looking into that and seeing what else is going on. And
there are a lot of good channels right now of guys just showing what they're into at this stage, and of course, a lot of them are degen. They're still focused on the trading bots and mining or whatever. But I mean, staking is boring, but it's what really got me started, right? When I was mining.
Actually, on that you mentioned it, I kind of agree with that. Like the staking and those things seem to be old news. It almost seems like the AI trading is the new wave here that's going to be taking off, and that's something that we've been looking into more and more.
Yeah. So and those are high risk. I would say even higher risk than looking at smart contract code, only because you can only earn what the market gives you, right? And any trader will tell you that. So if the market is really slow, I mean, you're not expecting a 3% gain in one day. So anybody claiming that they can make 3 to 5% a day off trading, I would kind of run the other way, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
You could definitely do that in a day, absolutely. But you think about your
consistently
drawdowns.
do it?
No, yeah.
The one I've been watching actually has been averaging about 1.5% a day. I think the highest it was 3% one day, but it's been about 1.5% a day
consistently.
Yeah, but can it sustain that?
Right.
Or are they Are they giving it to you because of another pool of money, or is it actual trade gains? Right.
It's well, Danny, you know about this one, and I'm not sure about the Quopy or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Quopy.
I haven't looked into it yet.
Now, Quopy is based on bots that are actually based on the stock market.
Yep.
Right. So again, that's a speculative play. You cannot guarantee that.
Right.
I think what's the break off, Lucky? I think it's like 1.7 or 0.7% a day or something that you can actually keep sustainable. 1%, 2% is actually becomes a gray area. I think it's like 0.7 or something like that percent a day.
I forgot what the number was.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but to be able to state that it's 1% a day, it's even with great tokenomics. I mean, look at Drip, for example, 1% a day. Yes, it's paying 1% a day, but it's on a declining value. So what is that threshold? I think the threshold was like 0.7.
I think it was 1.7 or something like that. But I mean, it all comes down, and anything sustainable as long as it's earning. So if you just have a pool of money giving a percent with the same pool of money, it's not sustainable, obviously, right?
Right.
So
absolutely,
it comes down to revenue.
This is the important factor right here, Scott B. DeFi projects paired with real world assets look attractive from a long term sustainability standpoint. Yes, hence Alak-Azul.
It always has. That's definitely where what blockchain is one of the biggest benefits of blockchain is to then pair it with real world assets to kind of mix DeFi and TradFi and CeFi together, building those bridges. I always call them bridges. And once those bridges are built, we'll see a lot more of that. The only thing holding that back are the regulations in each country. So
because to bring in real world, you're going to have a certain point, a certain part of that being decentralized.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So, I mean, even with real estate, I mean, you can't have a smart contract purchase real estate at this time. So it's more like, who do you trust? The company that you do trust, like the REIT, the Real Estate Investment Trust Company, that will invest and be able to legally accept crypto and exchange it into fiat to then purchase and invest in other real estate, and vice versa, giving actual shares and dividends. That's also another type of regulation, and laws are in place that regulate that, right? So it's regulation, this governments and regulation that are slowing it down. Those are the real blockers. But I agree 100%, right? Real world assets. That's what it comes down to.
Real world assets. And again, I'm going to put that up there again for
we have been involved. We have been involved in multiple real world asset type of projects with crypto. But the only thing that's blocked it has been regulation.
Yeah, I'm going to put this up here, guys. I don't know anything about this. But whatever happened to Novatech? I don't know. I've not been involved with Novatech in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if any of you guys have been involved in it, but that's a question raised by DeFi Academy, which is NY Crypto. Which I'm assuming it's NY Crypto because you use the same avatar as NY Crypto on on Twitter, on X, which I'm guessing it's you, brother. But yeah. Not to shill. Okay, not to shill anyone's
that means you
project
just
without
thought
permission.
somebody.
No. Not to show anyone's projects without permission, but to use a real estate example, I like brick by brick, BBB, and DeFi Strategies Project. I'm not familiar with DeFi Strategies Project. Brick by brick, I have heard of it. I'm not involved in it. And hey, man, feel free to shill. Just do it. Feel free to shill.
Do it, bro. If it's gonna help someone else, do it.
Absolutely. Haas, what's up, brothers? What did I miss? Dude, we've been going for 2 hours and 27 minutes. I guess you've missed a lot, but great to see you out there. Great to see you out there again. Haas, and I say this every stream when I see him. Haas has been a follower of our channel for so long now, even before I took my break away. So big shout out to you, brother. Now we've been talking about all kinds of stuff, and so he was at the beach. I'm sorry. See, take a break, man. Take a break. All right, spend time at the beach. Go do your thing. That's freaking awesome. You can always go back and watch this again, bro. But thank you again for jumping onto the stream. We're actually going to be finishing up very, very shortly, guys. Again, I didn't expect that we'd go for 2 hours and 27. Well, I probably should by now, right? I probably should by now. But yeah, again, thank you so much to everyone for tuning into the stream. I'll let you guys know within the next week or so. I'm going to be doing additional streams, but for other topics as well, not just for this. Probably do a little bit more about music and equipment and stuff like that. Shout out to Blockchain Bay, who actually did an awesome video on Twitter or X yesterday, I think it was, about hey, leave us alone. We're part of this drip community, and she talked about like drip has never been rug pulled, never been exploited or hacked or whatever. She did a great video on that, and thank you again to Blockchain Bay because you actually included me on your video. Thank you so much for that. But she'll be on the stream next week. I think next week she's just sorting out some stuff in her studio environment. But she'll be on here, and hopefully Lucky you'll be back here with me again. Zach, Todd, and a few other people. This stream, I actually used this topic today because Bigwig was supposed to join us on the stream, and he was going to explain why he took a step away for like a month and a half, and then he didn't turn up. So it is what it is. But thank you again to everyone out there that's been tuning in. Lucky, any final words from you, brother, before we end the stream?
I'm excited for everybody that's been watching. So thank you for staying on. Again, going back to the original topic was, taking a break. Again, I don't think I could take a break because I get too excited when things are getting depressing. I kind of force myself to, to think more on a positive note. But you definitely have to step away, stay true to who you are, stay close to your roots, never forget your roots, and do what everybody else is not doing. So when everybody else is crying, that's when you get busy, right? So
yeah, for sure.
But definitely family's number one. Appreciate them. Be grateful for everything that you have, no matter how shitty it may be. Just know that there's purpose, right?
Totally. Doug. Yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
No. I'm done. So yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Doug. Final thoughts.
Actually, I'm just relicking on what he just said. That's awesome. Be who you are. Be true to yourself. And yeah, taking breaks is awesome. You got to do that sometimes and reset yourself.
Totally. Zach, are you still out there, brother? I know you're wandering around doing stuff there. Zach, your final words, final thoughts?
I gotta replace a gigantic part of my roof before winter. I just found about 735 chickadees living in my damn roof. Oh, stay with the program regardless of what it is. Follow it through. Don't give up. If you have to quit, make sure it's for a good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
reach out.
As for family, look, just because you're blood doesn't mean you have to love, right? It's
yeah.
I spend more time with people in the crypto space than my own family. We can go down a big road right now, but we're not going to. I got to an age, I just decided, look, if you bring value to me in any way, respect and kindness, you got me all day. You got me all day. Okay. And I think that can be a lot better served in the wild, wild west of the crypto world, and stop saying the wild, wild west. Like, it's just, if you want to be better, do better.
Yep.
You don't want to be a regulator like in Young Guns?
Regulator. No. School dark night and Warren G. No.
There you go.
Yeah, reach out. Seriously, we're all here, so we're all here for each other. That's the main thing.
Yep.
All right.
Totally.
And I agree. Blood is thicker than water, but a lot of times love is thicker than blood. So, right.
And yes, totally as well. Totally agree with that. Okay. Well, I'm going to do one last Alak-Azul. Alak-Azul to everyone out there. Anyone that's still out there, please just do like a comment. Say Alak-Azul. All right. Alak-Azul. And my final take on today's stream, I think I love it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Be true to yourself. Be true to your families. And look at opportunities. Look at things outside of where we are today. Actually, I'm going to bring up this little book. Someone gave this to me, and I'm trying to remember who gave this to me. I think it may have been my sister. And it came in a box because I get boxes of stuff sent from Australia at least every few months, right? I send money to my mother and my sister, and they go shopping, and then they bring stuff back. They send it over to me. And this is a book that came across. All right, Love Your Life. And I've had it sitting over there in the other side of the studio for quite a while. And I picked it up this morning, and what I do is I just like randomly open up a page, and the page that I randomly opened up to was it says, and I've heard this before, but it was awesome to see this come up again, and I think it's pretty relative. Man cannot discover new oceans until he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. And I think that's pretty freaking powerful in itself. And I've heard that before. Man cannot discover new oceans until he has courage to lose sight of the shore. So how I can relate that to what we've kind of been talking about today is a lot of people out there are just drip, because a lot of newbies came into the system, and all they knew is drip. Okay. And drip is absolutely awesome, but there is so much more out there. Okay. So stop clinging to this. I've actually pretty much in myself. Okay. I've been living off drip for so long now, since day one. I've been living off it, and people say, oh, that's, but I was doing it. I wasn't just milking the system. I was actually using it for the way it was supposed to be used. But I've come to a point in the last couple of weeks where I've gone, okay, well, I can't actually rely on my drip income at this point in time. I'm not claiming, I'm not selling, I'm not doing anything like that at all. Okay. I'm just holding it there. So it's not actually adding to my normal income. So I've had to luckily, I've been able to diversify into other things that will still allow me to generate an income outside of drip. So I guess my take on that is that I've pretty much said to myself that I can no longer rely on my drip income at this point in time.
Right.
Not to say it's gone, but at this point in time, I have to now look at the other things that I'm doing. And the way I can do that is, again, how can I discover new oceans if I don't lose sight of, if I fail to lose sight of the shore. I need to step away from that, go out and explore the world. Hence, this in my background. Okay, this in my background. That's me looking at new worlds. Okay, it's got the Alak-Azul here, etc., etc. But and the background of this stream at the moment. So actually, I'm going to just click on this just to remove you guys. Just okay, so that's looking into the new worlds and looking at where we can go from here. We are in a situation that where we are is not necessarily good at this point in time, but I think it'll improve and it'll get better. So yeah, discover new horizons, guys.
Yeah, man.
Discover new horizons. Spend some time with family as well. Look at things outside of drip. Look at things outside of crypto.
There's so much out there. Yeah.
There is, absolutely. There's so much out there.
Yeah. Keep your head up. Stop looking down. Yep. There's way too many opportunities out there right now.
Look at all this. Alak-Azul. Alak-Azul. You know. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Yes, profound. Absolutely. You know, go to fish where the fish are. Yes. And beautiful image. Thank you so much, guys. Again, thank you so much. It's 2 hours and 37 minutes. Doug, Lucky, can you stay on just for a second? I'm going to do my outro, and I'm going to end the stream because, again, we've been going 2 hours and 37 minutes. But total appreciation for everyone out there in the stream. Much love to all of you. Again, we're just keeping it real, and thank you for following us and you know, maintaining this consistent viewer base and support for the Alak-Azul channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like this video. It's going to help us with our algorithms on YouTube, etc. Again, I'm also on Rumble starting next week. I've registered to Rumble. I've started to uploading a few videos on there, but we will also be streaming to Rumble starting next week.
Nice.
Okay, rumble.com. Yeah, which is an alternative to YouTube. The good thing about Rumble is that you can actually, and this is not paid advertisement, but you can actually start generating revenue from your streams on Rumble. And it also has built-in super chats, etc., where people can help support the channel.
It's a growing platform. It's getting big quick.
It is. Rumble's growing really quick. And I prefer Rumble to Twitch personally. But I also have Twitch, which I haven't streamed to this week, but we'll start doing it again next week. So Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and then we're going to explore some other platforms as well.
And that is OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I'm going to do OnlyFans. I'm going to like. But you know, everything that can help support the channel, and again, the channel, when you support the channel, it helps us grow, helps us provide information for all of you, and then we can, you know, if we start generating some revenue, I've not monetized my YouTube channel, but when we do, I'll start taking some of that revenue and help it support a few of the platforms that are going to help the community as well. So it's not about putting money into my pocket. Yes, that's awesome, but that's not what we're doing. You know, let's build, guys. Let's just build. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of nice ideas that have come through. So, you know, let's work on those. Lucky, I'm looking forward to you getting back, even if it's going to be for a short period of time before you get back to North America. Yeah. But we've got some serious stuff to do, serious stuff to work out. Doug, again, shout out to you, brother. Like,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for supporting us and staying with us this whole time. And, you know, I look forward to doing some more stuff with you. Alak-Azul, man. Let me do one last one. Only because
I would, but I don't seem to have a bottle here yet. So,
well, it will come. It will come. Alak-Azul to all you beautiful people out there. Okay. Hey, give me some comments even after the stream. Give me some comments of what you think of my new background and how I've done it. If you like the lighting and stuff like that. And if the camera is okay and the audio is okay, I've got a new light here, there, and all of this stuff. So it kind of, I'm taking that professional approach now. Okay. But Alak-Azul,
man. You need a tighter shirt. You'll get more viewers.
And
I'm kidding.
The merch will be coming out soon. You guys can be able to buy this. The Alaktricianman.com channel will be launching very, very soon as well. You can buy merch. So you can, if you want to support the channel, you can buy this. And there's a few little other things I'm going to be adding into so that it will help you start to slowly get a position in when we actually launch Alak-Azul token. So there you go. Stephen Riley, thanks again for tuning in, brother. Tony Morrow, as always, well, thank you. Todd, yeah, only just a hat clip of you aping into new. Westside Ian, thank you so much. Drip Prodigy, Crypto Collective, Driptopian League, not Driptopian, Cryptopian Now, all those people out there, thank you so much. Crypto Unlimited 22, Brandon, DeFi Guide. I know I'm missing a few people out there. Crypto Tiger, Nelly, Drip Prodigy, Big Wig. I don't know where the fuck you are, man, but I set up the stream specifically for you. I don't know what you're doing, but a big shout out to you. Zach, thank you so much. Doug and Todd, thank you so much. Irene, you are absolutely awesome, and thank you again. I'll reach out to you this week. Let's have a little bit of a talk. You know, hey, a quick shout out to Big Lowe's in Vegas. Okay, he's doing the fight fans. That's right. Fight fan. The fight fan on Facebook. I'm going to have him on the stream at sometime soon to talk about the fight fan, and he's talking about like boxing and MMA and stuff like that. I'm going to have him on this on the stream to talk about that. Blockchain Bay. I look forward to seeing you next week. And Blockchain Bay and I, we're going to start doing some music, crypto music on the stream. So look out for that. Nice. Zach is there. He looks like a character from some
a mountain man.
Yeah, game, like some game.
No, my wife said I had an accident. I fell down the stairs.
You fell down the stairs, or she did?
She pushed me.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about my phone right there a moment ago. Yeah. But yeah, I said everything I need to say. So, Alak-Azul!
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in the beautiful world of crypto and YouTube, you boys stay on the stream. I want to have a chat with you, but yeah, I'm gonna do my outro, and much love to everybody out there.
Cheers, guys.
This is the outro. Yeah, this is the outro.
Peace.
Peace.